Alright, 3, 2, 1, go! What's up, everyone? I'm Bash Prime. This is Metroid Prime 2 Echoes for the Nintendo GameCube 100%. That was a lot of stuff I just threw at you. Just to clear things up, 100% is purely item collection. There is a tracker for scans, and then there's like a dialogue that will show up when you get like 100% scans. We are clearly just interested in the percentage counter at the mission final screen at the end of the game, and that is purely for item collection. There is one more rule in addition to that where there is a source requirement, so we do need to pick up all the items from their intended locations. Right now, this is kind of just natural route. One thing you'll notice in a bit here, and by in a bit, I mean like in a couple of seconds, assuming I get this first try, which I, totally will. If you see an 80%, we start 80% off with this out of bounds, and there's this hole in the ceiling that we didn't know about for like several years, and by several I mean like probably 11 years. And in 100%, it's not as important. There's another way you can go about getting your first set of missiles, but this method saves about 10 seconds done optimally. That was a nice transition that I totally intended to do that way. This jump right here is like a 3-frame jump. I'm trying to gain extra height so I can make this jump, but I hit the ceiling instead, so we're fine. I'm just a god gamer. Just assume that I'm playing like an absolute god here. Anyways, the whole purpose of this wall crawl is to get into this room without it being considered active. There's a lot of terminology thrown behind there. Don't worry. I'm going to be quiet real quick so I can set this up. That should be good. Basically, by going into the room and having it load around me, even though like it was all black and you couldn't see anything, I was able to get to this morph ball tunnel that has a bomb slot cover on it. There's a missile in there that actually doesn't appear until I lose my items, which we're doing right here. And it's the single reason that 100% requires item loss, which, it's unfortunate. Like, we could save a lot of time just having boost ball, space jump, spider ball. Saves like quite a bit of risk too. But I got this first try too, which is good. I have been notorious for like missing breaking that bomb slot cover, and again, there's not like a lot of like visual cues to work with. I've done it enough times where I have a good idea of like where I am. I claim that it's a tall it's a I was gonna say tall tale, but that's not quite the saying there. Tangents aside, I could just go ahead and play the game normally and get to what the room called GFMC compound, where the missile launcher is. There is a strat where you can actually dupe that missile launcher, and you would normally do it once to have 10 missiles, but getting that missile in the Hive Chamber B room saves about 10 seconds when done optimally. A little bit of optimization here, and I got it first try. Let's go. I'm letting this cutscene play out. I'm standing on top of this crate right here, and with it moving during the cutscene, it saves both in-game time and RTA. It'll just pop me up above the store, and it skips having to do it skips a Windows 10 notification for one. But normally you have to walk around the room. There's a cutscene that plays. It just wastes a bit of RTA. It's a more direct way to get to that door that leads into Temple Assembly Site. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. So at this point, not too much to talk about. This is pretty much natural route. I'm making my way to missile launcher right now. Also, I'm probably going to calm down a little bit here, just because I'm going to lose my voice like 30 minutes into a 3-hour RTA run if I'm not careful. But it's cool. Like, there's a lot of cool tech in Echoes. Like, sure, there's a bunch of stuff that gets nerfed, like scan dashing or just dash jumps in general. But that's okay. We find ways around that. Okay, if I'm optimal, I'll make this cycle. I'm not going to make this cycle. That's okay. One mechanic that you just saw there is called a roll shot. If you unmorph while pressing A in the same frame, you can shoot out a power beam as you unmorph. You can also do the same thing with missiles, although when you have power bombs, that gets a little risky. So missile launcher right here. There's a way you can get this item, then trigger the cutscene, and then get the item again. Even though you can dupe missile launcher as many times as you want. Also, just quick little optimal movement. I meant to shoot the door, but that's okay. I get caught up with talking about the game. Even though we could dupe missile launcher and get like as many missiles as we want, really all we need is 10. I just did a frame perfect morph. That doesn't matter because I get repositioned. For those of you wondering what the heck I'm talking about, don't worry. I am being overly technical without it being necessary. This room, there's normally like a cannon, morph ball, like kinetic orb cannon you're supposed to go into. But we can skip that optimally with a couple of dashes here. Just like that. I had to pay attention to what angle I was doing the slope jump at. I didn't talk about slope jump. To get onto that war boss pive, I had to do what's called a slope jump. When you jump against an incline or a slope that's up against a wall, you just gain extra height during the jump. It's actually kind of a mainstay for the Prime trilogy. You can do it, I believe, in all 3 games. Definitely Prime 1 and 2. The mechanic works like basically the exact same way, with a couple of differences, mainly with like underwater movement, as far as I know. So this fight is where the 10 missiles are important. I'm intentionally going to burn all my missiles here on these dark splinters. And then I got a refill, good. I intentionally exploited the missile refill system, or just the health and ammo refill system in Prime 2. One thing that Echoes does much better than Prime 1 is whenever you're low on health or ammunition, the game actually makes it much more likely for you to get that item. I have to wait for the Alpha Splinter to turn into the Dark Alpha Splinter here. So having missiles for this part of the fight too is pretty important. It saves quite a bit of time. You can also skip the cooldown by running into Alpha Splinter, but you take enough damage, so it's kind of risky. Keeping 1 missile here. I need it for a door coming up. I almost walked past this item. This is the energy transfer module. It looks like I gained an item that does stuff. It does absolutely nothing. It plays a cutscene. It's mainly for story purposes. Nothing to worry about. This elevator is incredibly fast. Oh, that's interesting, Miguel. Apparently there's a strat for a room earlier where you can skip having to shoot the cable off that one box. Oh, also I just got Violet Translator. So there is an item I just got there, although there's no real... oh, I think I aimed too low there. You can ricochet a power beam shot off of Umos, the Luminoff there, and have it hit the door. It's swag, it doesn't really save time, but... you gotta go for the swag strats. Like, that's what this game's about. Alright, so we have everything we need to actually get started with the run here. Violet Translator blocks off the first major region of the game called Aegon Wastes, the sort of desert area. Has a lot of our early game items, and it's pretty important we go there as soon as we can. I should have morphed here, but that's okay. So this upcoming cutscene when the elevator lands, I wait out for in-game time save. And that'll let this door load faster. RTA doesn't really make a difference. Okay, so there's a energy tank coming up, our first one. It's behind a missile door. And this is where our last missile is used for. So we can both get a missile refill because of the ammo system, and then blow up the missile door at the same time. And then that's good too. We don't have to go out of our way to refill. We can just go straight to Aegon. Gonna try my best not to make the impression that there's like always something to talk about. Like, there will definitely be plenty of times for like donation reading, particularly in sections like this where we're just trying to get to somewhere. And then another mechanic right there I've done a couple of times is called instant morphing. It's the same mechanic as instant unmorphing from Prime 1, where you have to obstruct the camera, otherwise you get a second-long cutscene with the morph ball. Instant unmorphs are pretty important for echoes, but instant morphs can be as well for a couple of items that we're getting along the way, a couple of like expansions. And again, it works the same way as in instant unmorphing. It's just you're going into morph ball instead of unmorphing. So now we're in Aegon. When I was first doing this category, I was kind of wishing like, oh man, I wish I had like space jump boots. I could just dash across, but that's okay. We don't have space jump yet, but we're gonna get it quite soon. Oh, I got that slope jump. Nice. You can skip jumping on like that first platform. It saves like such a small fraction of time, but hey, optimizations, you know. I'm gonna do a scan dash here and fail it. Scan dashes are kind of nerfed. We have ways to lock our speed so that you can still make a dash that goes just far enough to make it across a gap. They're quite useful in echoes in some cases, but they're not quite like they are in Prime 1, with a couple of exceptions. There's a trick coming up later that basically gives you a Prime 1 dash, and it's pretty awesome. And it was just discovered, like, not too long ago. Alright, I'm going to stand closer to the edge here. And there we go. Not a hard dash, I was just being careless. Gonna do a slope jump off the edge here. Being a little too careless. There we go. Just a bit of optimization. You don't have to jump around the platforms to climb up to the top. And then, lo and behold, the space pirates are here. We're gonna definitely deal with them. Very important for the plot. Okay, that's kind of a lie, but getting these space pirates out of the way is pretty important. It doesn't look like it's that bad of a time loss, but falling down like that is just bad when you don't have space jump. So then you have to go all the way around again, jump on the platform, and hope you don't fall down yet another time. The beam shots that those space pirates shoot, those pirate troopers shoot, like, completely stop your momentum, so... I've always found this movement to be a little awkward. The streak bats kind of stop you in place, but nothing I can really do about it. So the Alpha Splinter, where I got the completely useful energy transfer module from, you have to shoot it enough times to trigger the dark phase. For this boss, I just have to wait out enough. I have to wait long enough, and the cutscene automatically plays. So Bomb Guardian. If I do this right, this fight's pretty fast. So power shot, missile, and then fully charged shot. And then I can 2-cycle this if I get the next part right. Otherwise, I have to 3-cycle. Then missile, fully charged shot. Done. I stand right here so I overlap with the Morph Ball Bomb. Only 13 minutes in, we're starting to collect everything, so... Next up is Amber Translator. Translators are pretty important. Well, I mean, they are for 100%. They block off certain items, and especially in the case of Torvis and Sanctuary, they block off access to areas in general. For Aegon, it's not that big. And actually, translators are much more important. I should have morphed all... or I should have stayed morphed further, but that's okay. In Randomizer, the translators give you access to hints, so they're very important if you can find them, or you're lucky enough to find them in good spots or early on enough. Getting an instant morph there, so I'd wait. I can skip the cutscene that plays with it. So Morph Ball bombs are actually pretty important for the pre-space jump movement that we have to do. They offer quite a bit of optimization as it is. They block off a lot of access too. I'm scanning this door. I'm not getting the missile in there right away. But once I pass through this room again, I'll come out right next to the door. Okay, don't forget this item. I forgot it when I was practicing today, and I've done it before, so... I have a Word document of the route, too, in case I'm unsure about something. I'm a lot more confident about the route now that I've done, like, several runs, but it is pretty overwhelming. There's, like, 119 item locations. I have to be aware of 116 of them. Kill the Muse Pirates, and then that spawns these two. Then they're going to become possessed by the Ing, and they're going to have way more health as a result. Okay, these missiles are okay. I would like more, but having max missiles for the upcoming boss is really nice. So if I'm lucky, I can get a refill here, or in the room coming up. Just gotta wait out this elevator. So if I had space jump boots, I could actually completely skip this puzzle and just... there's like 3 things you have to destroy with morph ball bombs. The game only requires you destroy the 3rd one. But without space jump, you'd have to destroy the 1st one. But you can still skip the 2nd one. So it's still pretty fast overall. There's like just a thin, narrow bit of collision where I can just jump next to the morph ball track, and then hit the last like thing blocking the mechanism with a morph ball bomb. Also, only portal in the game that teleports you from a cutscene when you like scan it. All the other ones you have to like physically go in the portal. All right, so one of the memeiest rooms of the game. I'm gonna try to get a missile here. Good. Okay, 17's pretty good. Alright, remember, energized safe zones don't last forever. Very important knowledge. Okay, so this bomb jump right here. I'm doing this too early. So that double bomb jump I just did skips having to go all the way around Dark Aegon. And then there's this ing pod thing here. I wasn't walking forward enough. I can just skip this, or I would normally. I'm doing a terrible job right now. Gonna get some health refills here. That jump's not hard, it's just misleading. There's a lot of like collision on top of the ing pod. The blade pod, I guess it's called. This boss is a little bit scary, so I'm not sure, guys. I'm just gonna stand here and just play it safe, I think. Just gonna shoot the statue for a bit. Again, I'm just scared, alright? Oh. Right. I need to shoot 9 shots. Because that's how scared I am. I have to specifically shoot that many charge beam shots and then use missiles. Alright, so what's going on here is... That's where the Jump Guardian is. Its hitbox is just active and in front of the statue. And as long as you shoot it with enough times... you can start the fight with him basically at like no health. You can't kill it while it's in front of the statue, but I mean, hey, I'll take a quick fight. So there's a miss. Okay, so what's up, not double R? They were asking because they didn't catch the stream right away. Why I have to lose my items? There's a 1 missile in the whole game that does not spawn. It's actually the first one we get in the run. It doesn't spawn until we lose our items. There's a room layer that's only tied with us hitting the cutscene for Dark Samus. Also, it does look scary that I'm losing like quite a bit of health while in Dark Aether. Dark Aether is brutal for your health, and you'll see that throughout this run. But we have ways to manage our health so that we are generally safe, with a couple of exceptions. I wonder if there'd be enough interest in like a no source requirement 100%. Although that would mean doing the one the dreaded O'Lear cutscene. Not dreaded, but very not killed cutscene. Alright, so next up we're going to go to the Pirate Labs. Now that we have Space Jump, we can go and collect the other remaining items for early Aegon. Mainly Dark Beam and Light Beam. But we're going to get there in an interesting fashion. I don't need a safety save here. This is more just for a health refill for safety. Because I'm about to do this cool trick. And it's awesome. But just, you know, it's a free save, basically. So I need to lure the sandworm over here and then damage it with enough to make it lose its head. Let me focus real quick. Okay, okay, that wasn't enough. So I'll have to do the backup. That's okay. Basically, I'm trying to get it adjacent with the wall so that it spits me out of bounds. Samus basically has no collision when it spits you. That wasn't quick enough. I'll have to try it again. Hopefully this time it'll work. That should be good. Yeah, that looks really good. So it looks like I'm stuck and soft locked, but I'm not. And now I'm out of bounds. So, it's pretty convenient doing it this way. There's a boss. Mainly there's a space pirate fight coming up that we can skip by going through the pirate labs out of bounds. And again, I'm doing 3-frame jumps here to climb the room called Aether Jumps. Aether jumping in Echoes is a lot more... I mean, it's still a bit of a tight window, but because, again, it's 3 frames while you're leaving the ground. But you have the benefit of being able to go back out of bounds from like a wall, which probably makes no sense for those of you who've not played any of the Prime games or understand the tricks. But it has to do with like abusing the bounding boxes for each room. Each room has an invisible bounding box. When you're inside it, you're subject to normal gameplay physics like jumping and falling down. When you're outside of it, while you're not morphed, you can't jump, but you can't fall down either. So then you can abuse it by jumping, going back out of bounds so that you don't fall down. It's pretty awesome when you do it right. It looks really crisp when you can just consistently get Aether jumps. So I'm on top of this room's box right now. I'm going to enter the left side of the other room's box coming up. It should be as simple as just this. And then I can... The movement for out of bounds is very choreographed. I can't just walk anywhere I want. This isn't like Ocarina of Time where every room in the game is loaded even if it's invisible. Only certain rooms at a time are loaded for memory. This GameCube has a whopping 24 megabytes of RAM. I think 16 of which are usable by the game itself. There we go. So again, I'm on the side of the box, so I'm not falling down. Nice. That jump's a little bit tricky. And we get this missile out of bounds. The game like slowly pushes you up whenever you're like outside the box too. And then we're gonna go here, and we're gonna Aether jump up to get up to this top door here. Again, these are that sideways jump I do is a 3-frame window. So I had to shoot that door earlier and then walk in front of it so that the game would be like, oh yeah, I need to load this room. And then I can just go right here and have the dark beam room load right around me. Oh. Nice. That was pretty good. When I was first doing 100%, I would always like screw up trying to dash in front of or high enough so that I could just be in front of the door. If you can't get to the room in time or be at the correct height, you can do what's called a ceiling warp in. It's slower, but it's still like very possible to do this kind of movement. I am scared of Dark Samus, so I'm not going to fight her yet. And then she's coming back to the Vengeance like, where are you going? But then I skip the cutscene. Oh, shouldn't have space jumped. That's okay. Unmarked a little early, but that's okay. We're going fast, everyone. Like, it's kind of cool for, like, Metroid purists, too, because you're seeing a lot of the game itself, too, being played. Like, we're going to get through most of the story. Okay, I need a slope jump off this pirate's corpse. It's a little kind of gruesome, but he is useful even after death, so. Destroying that Phazon crate, because it does like a whole energy tank worth of damage. And if I get hit by it with this much health, I'm pretty much like almost going to die, if not die. Alright, so I'm going to load this room by going here, and then take the save. The health refill is pretty important. We'd only have one E-tank. We're taking a lot of dark damage from the Dark Aether atmosphere. I didn't even mention how, like, this game is pretty much like A Link to the Past. You have the light world and dark world. But in the dark world, the atmosphere damages you, so you have to, like, constantly go through the safe zones. I've seen like reviewers and other gamers like have mixed reactions to it, but I think it's a pretty cool mechanic, personally. Alright, so this room has like 3 scan points that we have to scan. So it's just kind of an optimal way of doing it. A little low on health, but it's kind of normal to be at this much health. Usually I'm at around 40 health, but I'm gonna play it safe here. You know what? I'm just gonna do this now for marathon safety. Since I'm low in health, that yellow drop, which is a full E-tank's worth of refill, a refill is just 100 health, full energy tank. Is almost guaranteed. It's like a 75% chance. And there's Light Beam. Oh yeah, for sure, not double R. They mentioned how it's really satisfying getting Light Suit. And that's a pretty good reward in my opinion. Because then you no longer take damage from the Dark World and, you know, you kind of get to go on the offensive. It does take a long time to get it. From a speedrunning perspective, Light Suit's really awesome. But it is kind of cool having that risk present in the first like half of the run. Alright, so we need to go back to the light world. We can go back to this platform right away with a scan dash. And then just scan dashing again for speed. I'm a little low on health here, but we're going to get an E-Tank pretty soon, so nothing too much to worry about. And then the portal to get out is right here. So even though there are a lot of items that we still would have to get in the Pirate Labs, and just in Aegon in general. I forgot about these doors. Also, this is a nice optimization. When these doors come up, when Dark Samus appears, you actually can't make them come down until you reload the room. But since we don't have to come back until afterwards, it's fine. I stay unmorphed because that pirate there easily knocks me off. You didn't see him. He spawned off screen to my right. They have grenade launchers. They're pretty awesome. Yeah, one thing Prime 1 doesn't have is space pirates with grenade launchers. Oh, I barely made that dash. So there's a beam ammo expansion right here. And that comes in handy. Having 100 ammo right away is pretty great. So if I'm too far forward, there's a pirate fight that happens, the door locks, but we just avoided that, which is great. So also I forgot that you get quite a bit of health refills here. So that amber gate door thing I scanned when I was like coming back down from getting bombs, this is why I put it off, because it's right here. Still worth scanning it, that way you don't have to scan it at this point, since you're not really losing time. And then conveniently, there's an energy tank right here. Because you have bombs and 80%, you usually pick up this energy tank like right away, unless you're cool and do the 2-tank quad skip. Which I don't think has been done yet in an any percent PB or world record run. Hopefully soon, because now 2-tank quad skip is like actually viable. Alright, so I need to get close to this door. And then I need to do this out of bounds again with the sandworm. So hopefully it plays nice with me this time. There we go, that should be better. He's a little far away though. Nope. I did not clutch it this time, but that's okay. We'll do the backup again. There we go. Come on, baby. Ah, nope. I didn't quite do the movement right. You have to be pretty specific with the movement. I've practiced it quite a bit, so I'm pretty comfortable, but, you know, sometimes you just don't get it, which is okay. Just gotta be patient. It's too far out to the right. Again, things happen. So I'm going to probably make my estimate pretty generous. Which will be good, too, because I'll inevitably be getting better times in this game, too. So I'm going to practice this game a lot if I get into SGDQ. I mean, in general, I'm going to, but... Okay, I see what I'm doing wrong. So, there's like a... I'm making like a letter P with my morph ball movement, and I'm doing the later part of it, I think, for too much time. It's viable because of the boost jump strat that we found like 3 weeks ago. Aw, man. I haven't done that before, actually. That's kind of weird. Usually I get this within the first couple of tries, but unfortunately not this time around. There we go. That's a lot better, I think. No! What the hell? I swear this isn't nerves. But this out of bounds is very much required for 100%, so... There we go. That's what I wanted right there. Oh, what the... That was like... Okay. So, it was flushed against the wall, but it was facing just a little bit to the right. focus here. Wait. Okay. I keep assuming I'm doing the turn part fast enough, but I'm doing it way too slow. Oh my god. This is actually kind of annoying now. I apologize. Normally I'm usually practiced with this, even with the backup pretty well, but I'm just not getting it today. There we go. That should be good. Awesome. Cool. So, the reason I have to go out of bounds this time is we're going to Torvis right now, actually. We have everything we need to go to Torvis. There's an elevator here that normally requires boost ball and seeker missiles. But with this out of bounds movement, we can go there much earlier than intended. Should be high enough. Oh shit. And there we are. We just skipped the secret door. But we're not quite done yet, because, as you'll find out very soon, pausing for effect. Yeah, it's that jump, not double R. So as you can see right here, there's another secret door, but that's okay, because we're going to go out of bounds again. This one is much easier to do. It's just a bomb space jump. I'm just going to call it like an instant unmorph jump, because there's ways of getting it that don't require bombs. And then we're going to do some pretty interesting movement here. And it won't seem apparent why I'm doing it, but I'll kind of explain it as I go. First, I need to get to the top of this, the top door. Oh, shoot. I fell down too far. Okay, I'm being too careless with this jump. So there's an invisible floor here I can jump on. Hold on. That wasn't high enough. There's a weird bomb jump I have to do here, and it's kind of annoying. There we go. So I had to jump up to the top door and then come across here. Being on the top door is more important, or just faster. You could probably do this movement with the bottom door, but it's just more straightforward. Alright, so I need to... This room's weird. There we go. I was mistiming the jump. So I need to have the little morph tunnel room as the active room. Or I don't need to, but it's just... It makes things a lot more convenient for what I'm doing. So there's a morph ball tunnel right here. And I get a power bomb expansion. So that's our first power bomb in the run. If we had space jump, like an 80%, we could have gotten one a lot earlier, but... because we have to do item loss, this is the most convenient one for the route. Alright, so I need to do those 3-frame jumps again. I want to have enough height because we're going to go back in bounds in Torvus Temple. And we're going to do the Space Pirate fight. So having this morph tunnel be the active room means I can just easily transition into this room after I'm back in bounds. Just like that. Alright, I want to charge this real quick. Oh shoot, it's already loaded. Oh no, we're good. It's just the music. Oh cool, I still killed him. But I missed the my timing was off, so now these pirates are here. Thankfully that one played nice. This one control me too. Okay, 2 more will do him in. There we go. So if I was fast enough, I could have killed those pirates as soon as they spawned on the top, but that's okay. I could actually die here. We're good. I did not pay attention to my health, so... Those pirate troopers do like 5 damage per shot, and they shoot you like crazy. Which isn't the biggest deal now that they're dead, but I could have been in serious trouble there. So I'm glad I recognized that. And now we have super missiles. So we could have gone inbound sooner, but having that power bomb for routing this is really important. So... And now we need to get the green translator, the emerald translator. Retro Studios is very fancy with their color terminology for these rooms. It's like, it's not red, it's not orange, it's amber, it's emerald, it's cobalt, it's crimson. Yo, what's up, Captain MD13? Thank you. So this translator is definitely important for Torvus. There's like 2 major areas of the game that are blocked off because of it, or 1 major area, but it blocks access to quite a bit of stuff. So me too. Yeah, in randomizer, there's just items placed where the translators are. So the translators are actually like physical items that you have to walk into to pick up. It's pretty cool. Shoutouts to Claris, Dark Zero, Spaghetti Hostbook. Oh, I need to have power beam for this. That's okay. Having the proper beam switched before you unmorph, it doesn't save like a lot of time on its own, but you do it enough times where it adds up. And then that E-Tank is really convenient. Oh, I had the instant unmorph too. Nice. I pull out Scan Visor there because it cuts down the cooldown for super missiles. Normally it takes quite a bit. I'm going to scan this door now. I'm pretty sure it's faster to do it now. That way you don't have to wait to scan it when you're actually going that way. Pulling out Scan Visor again. Makes the cooldown half a second instead of like a second and a half. So it's a pretty notable, like, you can definitely see the time save as it happens. And you do it enough times where, again, it adds up. Okay, this room's pretty annoying. I want to get to these terminals without having to go around the rooms. So I'm going to do what's called an underwater dash. I'm basically pressing B to jump and then R on the same frame. And that'll, for 1 frame, I have enough speed where I can just jump to the platform while underwater. And being underwater pretty much limits your movement. And I'm going to do it again with this one. Nice. I'm not the most consistent with these jumps too, so. But any percent you could, if you don't do grapple route, you go do Grand Abyss and get screw attack. So you can do a different trick called air underwater, which is really cool. It sucks that it's not shown here, but that's okay. 100% has so much cool tech, it's kind of ridiculous. So we just saved a bunch of time by not having to like go around like almost the entirety of the lower Torvus area. Which is good because we're going to get gravity boost right now, and that's just going to make our movement that much better. It gives us it's insane how good gravity boost is in Echoes. It kind of replaces the gravity suit without it being technically a suit. But for all intents and purposes, it is basically gravity suit. But you do get an extra jump underwater, and we're going to see that in use in just a second here. Yo, thanks, Captain MD13. I appreciate it. I intentionally stay back and morph a bit so I don't accidentally trigger what's called air underwater. Or, I talked about air underwater, but you can get it in that room. And then any percent you want it done that way too. So I'm going to do an instant unmorph jump here. And I get it first try, that's good. I always mistime it sometimes. That's okay. So by doing that, we can jump just high enough that we can leave the room without fighting Alpha Blog. In any percent, you can get a bit of a time save by getting air underwater and then screw attacking while underwater into Alpha Blog, but not happening this time around. So now we're in Dark Torvus, and we don't have Dark Suit, as you can tell. Not necessarily an issue, but it's when you're doing like PB attempts, you're not necessarily going for safety saves, so it's very easy to die in Torvus 1. Torvus 1's probably the most dangerous part of the run. This part a little less dangerous than coming up when we go to Upper Torvus. The reason we go down here first, actually, is just for routing purposes. It just saves time so we don't have to come back out. I am going to take a safety save. There's a section coming up here that I could potentially die to and just lose a bunch of time. So I'm going to try to mitigate my time loss and risk. There's a dash I can do to skip having to go into this morph ball slot. I can just go straight to the door. It saves exactly a second of in-game time, but if you fail it, you just fall all the way back down, and then you're losing just a bunch of health too. I am good on light ammo, actually, so we're pretty good to go here. I got a power bomb, which I need. Since I was out of power bombs, the drops I was getting were pretty much guaranteed. Not quite, but, you know, close enough. And now we're going to fight Grapple Guardian. I need Scan Visor out, because the lock-on point for Grapple Guardian isn't there until I scan him. I do Charge Light Beam, Missile. And then this will stun him when he grapples onto me. Okay, I don't think I did proper amount of damage. So this one will chop off the tail. Alright, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to lay a power bomb to destroy the lock that's here. So that's mainly why we get the power bomb here, for some cleanup that's coming up in a bit. Oh, I need to not be charged here. And he's dead. I want a power bomb drop, otherwise I'm losing a little bit of time. Oh, I'm not getting it. This is like the third run in a row. Actually, maybe I got it. I'm not sure. I thought I saw the pickup for just a second, but... Alright, I'm going to go into here first. Okay, we don't have it, so... not the biggest deal. It is just luck, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is go back into the hallway and then kill one of the ink pods. And I pretty much guarantee to get a power bomb like right there. Pretty good on health too, so... So there's this one item here, but it's important we get it now. It just saves on having to route Dark World, like, again. Because most of the cleanup we'll be doing in Torvus at the end of the run is, or later on in the run, not at the end, is mainly in Light World. There's one missile right here that's kind of annoying. So because we get that missile now, we don't have to backtrack for it later on. There's only like one other thing we need to do in Dark Torvus after this. Or like two things, I forget how many. There's not much cleanup in Lower Torvus. Okay, so I have plenty of health for this, which is good. That safety save was really nice. And then that to get into this room, I needed that second power bomb. Yeah, normally I don't have very much health here, so it's pretty nice. I can just go and waltz on through. These Grenchlers do a lot of damage, if I recall. I think hitting their bodies only does like 5 damage, but them biting you does like, I think 20 to 30. Yeah, that's a fair point, not double R. Not having like a gravity boost cosmetic when you have Varia, but that's okay. What matters is we are gaming, we're having fun. I'm lowering this the gate around this platform because I do need to come back here in like, I think an hour. Don't bite me, please. Okay, I got bitten. I don't know how much damage that was. I need the power bomb refill, so that was very good. And I have pretty decent health. But those health pickups are nice too. I absolutely need a power bomb for this upcoming section, so making sure to keep an eye on my ammo. And just ammo management here is important. Pretty much all of Torvus, it's important. A bit of Sanctuary, it's important too. There's a missile here that I'm skipping. It's faster to come get it during the cleanup. I'm going to safety save here. There's a very low but possible chance I'm going to crash. And it has to do with 2 sets of pirates, I think, being loaded, technically, in this room coming up. Because normally you're not supposed to go there with Grapple Beam, your first trip through. But I am, so... Yeah, Meditation Vista Portal is the hardest boss in the whole game. It can just completely destroy your run. I've only crashed once in, like, however many attempts I've done and practice. But the risk is still there. Plus not having to fight, like, Grapple Guardian, and the health boost, too. So now we're going to make our way to... Well, we got Forced Morph there. It was weird. When the game thinks... oh, there's a missile there I'm skipping. I'm coming back and doing a second pass later on. Excuse me. Anyway, don't worry about Force Morphs. But basically, if the game thinks you're, like, in a spot you can't fit in... Alright, so these pirates right here... There's a random chance they'll spawn. It's like a 50% chance in this room. I'm not sure where the other one is. Is that on my view somewhere? There we go. Oh, dang it. There we go. So Dark Beam's actually really effective against them. But if I were lucky enough, I would not have them spawn here, but sadly enough, not the case. Also, I was Okay, I'll have to come back later. Basically, what I meant to do was destroy both of those parts of the tree and have the missile available. I wouldn't get it right now, but it would save time and not having to lay the power bomb on the second pass through Torvus Grove, which is that room I was in. But that's okay, not a big deal. Just more of I wasn't like focusing enough. Also, this door takes a while to load, so no point in doing this. Okay, there's another instant unmorph jump I'm gonna do here with a bomb. I'm like inconsistent at it, except I practiced today, so we're not inconsistent at it. I say we, but hey, it's a team effort, all right. Everyone watching, you're all important for here. What am I doing? I need a safety save. This is not a PB attempt. So coming up is Boost Guardian. Boost Guardian is pretty much the hardest boss in the game. We only have 3 E-Tanks, and we don't have Dark Suit. It's going to be a hard time. Okay, falling down there is kind of the worst. You lose more time and health, but we'll be fine. You're the runner, by the way. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, usually Light Beam kind of homes in on these enemies. So kill them now. Also to make it easier when I end up boosting through here. Alright, so if I do this properly, we are going to win. And we win. Not the ideal spot, but Power Bomb covers enough where you just still get the quick kill. That quick kill I just did too is very consistent. There is a chance that Boost Guardian doesn't cooperate, which if that happens, you are in trouble. Because again, I'm losing health. I'm losing 6 health per second with Dark Suit. I'm taking 5 times less damage. It's like 1.2 health per second. And we need to boost up here for this Dark Temple Keep. For those of you that are not like too familiar with the Neko's speedrun, Chica is always required because it has Dark Visor, and we absolutely need Dark Visor for the end game. I mean, it's also 100%, but Dark Visor is always required. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and safety save again. I am usually consistent with this trick, but this is like the last like really hard part of Torvus 1, where if we're not careful, we won't have enough health to go fast enough and save time. Let alone be able to go through this one room that is just not friendly. There's like no safe zones. If you're too slow, it's just a bad time. I have died there a couple of times. It's a bad room. I will let you know when we get to the bad room. So, to make this marathon safe, we're going to do this. So by doing an instant unmorph bomb jump there, which we also call a bomb space jump, it's like kind of the classic terminology, we can just make it back into this room without having to go in the light world. Small chance that there's going to be pirates, and there are. One's going to die right away. The other one, I'm not sure where he's at. Oh, nice. I want him to be there. Oh, dang it. He unfroze. Yeah, that's okay. So again, that's just luck. There's some spawns there's some rooms they'll spawn in that actually don't lose this time because we're not actually locked in. This room right here, Brooding Ground. If I don't have enough health to get through here, it's a bad time. Hitting these puffers is really bad too if you have like less than an E-tank. But thankfully we have plenty of health. But I failed that instant unmorph jump a bunch where I'm just like, I'm so low on health by the time I get here. And then as long as I go through this room quick enough, the huntering here won't be a problem. If it becomes a problem, it's really bad. But that's okay. And we're through basically the worst part. I think for safety, I'm going to go ahead and get the... Actually, no, we have plenty of health for this. So it's just kind of convenient we get, clean up all the Dark Temple keys. Because we're about to go fight Chica. Okay, got a little close on health there, but we're fine. This Torvus went a lot better than I thought it was going to, actually, so... Makes up for the out-of-bounds troubles we had. Alright. I'm going to need to focus a little bit on this fight. Basically, I need to scan Chica Larva, and then, during the time where it's swimming in the water, hit it with charged light beam shots for maximum damage. Light beam is very, very useful for this part of the fight. Scan a little bit. Just going to come out of the water, and then I scan the rest of them. There's a lot of variance to this fight. The strats you do depend on when it dives into the water, how long it's out in the water. There's like a bunch of different patterns that I am not an expert on, but we should be okay. So for instance, like if Chica dived into the water like almost right away, we would probably be getting missiles. I think for this phase we're going to be getting the phase where it hits us with the tongue. Yeah. So I want to shoot light beam shots here, or charge light beam, and then keep hammering it with dark beam. And then I interlace missiles here with dark beam, just for DPS purposes. And that just gives me the maximum damage output. So I do charge light beam, wait for it to sink back into the water, and then two dark beam shots, one missile, and then interlace them both. I was kind of bad with my output, beam and missile output. Okay, this is probably going to be the super missile part. Oh, it's not. Never mind. Okay, I missed a shot there. That's fine. This fight's actually going pretty okay so far. I misjudged when it went in the water. So we might actually not even get a, whatchamacallit, a super missile phase here. Or super missile dive. Nice. That was really good. Alright, I need to focus real quick and get this stun, hopefully. Chicken Adult's very annoying. Ah, I didn't get it. That's okay. Ah, I shot too early, I think. So, if I was fast enough, I could... Oh, he's over on this side. Or the angle. So if I'm fast enough like that... if I was optimal enough, I could get this... I could keep Chica locked at this angle, and then just keep hammering it with missiles on the wings for the light phase. That wasn't the best, but that could have gone worse. It was pretty mediocre. I am low on dark ammo, and I want to have more, so I'm going to intentionally wait out part of the dark phase here, so that Chica can spawn its... it has, like, offspring. So right here, it's going to just release a bunch of chicklings. And I'll get some free ammo this way. Also, nice health refills, too. That's not going to hit him. Oh, it did. Okay. So, in Light Phase 2, instead of it taking a fully charged Dark Beam shot, it's going to take a fully charged plus a single shot. So I'm not going to get an easy stun lock anymore. I shot too early again. Okay, I'm going to conserve my ammo and just hammer it with power beam shots. This fight's not going as well as I thought it would. This fight's very hard to optimize. So it's not necessarily just a lack of skill, it's just... It's a very, very unforgiving fight. So I could have just waited out right there, since Chica's going to turn around anyways. Alright, and then... There we go. So that's good. Like, just getting it stunned as quickly as possible. I believe it's faster for the last wing to use supers with, just to save time. Like, yeah, it's not as friendly on ammo, but having missiles here is not as big of a deal as it is in, like, Chica Larva. And now we're just going to kill Chica. Health is not too big of a concern here, as long as you're careful. I do tend to get careless sometimes, but just as long as I know where the safe zone is, we're pretty much good to go. And there we go, Dark Visor. Yeah, Chica Adult's just unpredictable. He moves very fast. You know, small enough hitbox while moving fast. Dark Beam just travels very slow in the air. I also love how I just completely forgot to mention beam ammo in this game. That was something introduced to Echoes. Like the other ammo and health refills, we do have a lot of control over maintaining our ammunition. In the case of beam ammunition, though, real quick, I'm not going to go get the energy. There's no need to get it. We just need to reload the temple room, and that'll open up the elevator. So what was I saying? Beam ammo, as long as you kill enemies with one beam, like if I kill enemies with light beam, I get dark beam ammo, like automatically from them. You'll get larger ammo refills when you have low ammo, but generally we're in pretty good shape. But we take the ammo station here just because it's convenient, and we do want to have basically max ammo for the Chica fight. Yeah, actually my first one, so I have 100 ammo right now. So there's a missile expansion coming up that I'm going to get, and I have the wrong beam selected, but that's okay. We will make do. So this portal right here, normally it's kind of like a one-way trip, then you have to kind of go back in the light world, or you have to come back through into dark world again to get out. Since technically you're trapped in light world. But we have a way around it, and it makes this portal very, very convenient. Both for any percent and for 100%. It's really nice. And I'm assuming this is going to become important for the upcoming randomizer tournament. So this part of the wall right here, if I slope jump to get enough height, there's just a hole. I'm not getting very good slope jumps. There we go. There's just a hole right there in the wall, and I just jump through it. Very, very easy. Like, if you want to learn out of bounds and echoes, that's a very easy one to start with. Okay, so I kind of screwed up here, but that's okay. We can recover. Dang it, I did it again. That's okay. Sometimes this happens. You kind of... I misjudged where the bounding boxes are, or where they overlap. Or not where they overlap, but where I need to jump. But having gravity boost here is nice. Oh, we're good. I thought I was, I thought I didn't get the room to load around me, but we're good. If that didn't happen, I would just ceiling warp in from the top. And don't worry about if you don't know what a ceiling warp is. I think I do one later on. Oh yeah, I do one later on for sure. Also, I love how it conveniently just didn't explain that I skipped Seeker Missiles. You're normally expected to have Seeker Missiles when you fight Chica. I'm going to kill those 2 Grenchlers for safety. And hopefully get some refills too. So I'm getting health and power bombs, but that's okay. We are going to go save at the ship again pretty soon, but not a big deal. We're definitely through, like, the hardest section of the run. Like, this Torvus could have gone a lot worse. Like, having, like, little to no health after fighting Grapple Guardian, having little to no health for Boost Guardian, having little to no health on your way to Chica. Things can go wrong very easily, but at least I have a lot of control over my health. There's 2 convenient save points. I opted not to take the one that was, like, right next to Chica, just because I knew I wasn't going to die to Chica. There's a shortcut in this room that would just take me to the other side, but I need to go this way for a... There's this movable block that I can shoot with Light Beam, and it's going to be very important for the end of the run that I shoot it. This one right here. If I don't shoot that, I lose a bit of time, and I have to, like, walk all the way around, and it's not convenient. Also, shoutouts to doing this room completely in reverse. But yeah, like, it's so nicely routed, too. Like, yeah, we don't have Seekers right away, but, you know, thanks to Chica, we don't need them. We can just take on each wing at a time, and it's like, yeah, Seekers do make the fight faster, but on its own, but the routing alone is just worth it to put off Seekers. There's no backtracking we have to do. It's just right here, you know? Yeah, exactly, Captain MD-13. That's what that block we just moved is for. There's like one last set of missiles and our final E-tank, and then we can just go right to the final boss. Okay, this boost puzzle always has the same pattern. 1, 1, 3, 2. Oh, you know what? I just screwed up the puzzle. That may not be it. Okay, worst comes to worst, I'll reload the room. Okay, that's definitely not it. I need to shoot this. I need to boost this one more time, I think. I wasn't paying enough. Oh yeah, this is totally off now. Oh man. Okay, we're not stuck though. I'll just have to reload the room. So we can do this ridiculous trick. And I get it first try, let's go. So losing time, but we're losing time with style, okay? So reloading the room will reset the boost state. And I get to show this off in 100% too. So 1132. I was doing 3 on the second slot on accident. And then this one I don't have to lay a bomb for because it automatically spits me out. Yo, nice Q dispenser. That's awesome. Prime Rando and Echo's Rando are just so awesome. Also, shouts to me missing Seekers. But yeah, both this game and Prime 1 have randomizers. I am currently a dev on the Prime 1 randomizer. And hopefully I'll have the update for it out soonish. It's like really close to being done. Oh, okay. Seeker missile control sometimes. It doesn't hit all the Seeker locks. And then if you're too slow, you have to fire Seekers again and waste missiles. And then conveniently, we have a save right here. Right at the ship. That's great. So we're doing a little bit of cleanup here. Nothing too big, though. Also, sorry. What am I saying? Hey guys, I'm Bash Prime. Welcome to my Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, I guess any percent run. This is going to be pretty much natural route for a good probably 10 minutes or so, but things are going to get crazy real quick. Wait, what's going on? Why do I have all these beams? Also, even though he's a dark enemy, Dark Beam and missiles, kind of like, you know, freezing enemies in Prime 1, or in any Metroid game for that matter, just super overpowered. It's great. So if we didn't get that one missile that we the first missile that we got, we would get it right now. But it saves a little bit of time here. And what's cool is I get to show off item loss skip wall crawl. So we're not skipping items because we already lost our items, but we're not skipping item loss, but this is the out of bounds wall crawl that we do. So I have to get to the very top of this room's bounding blocks, and I know I'm at the top because I'm walking on top of it without falling down. I have to load this room without getting too close to that little hole. And we're pretty much done. Almost. And in this room I have to kind of force proximity load by falling next to the door. I didn't jump high enough. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, we're good now. I could get this other room to load around me. I'm not very fast at it, so I'm just gonna do this manually. And right here should work. So this is a ceiling warp. And just like that, I can go back in the room, checking that I'm in industrial site. I am, which is good. The game thought I was in the previous room, so I have to make the game force, or I have to go back to the door to make sure that I'm in the active room. Bad things can happen if I'm not careful. It's not hard, just it's easy to be careless. I'm not going in that portal yet. I don't have Dark Suit, or any suit, which makes getting that item hard. But it saves time later on, just not having to shoot the portal in, and I can just go straight into the portal. Hive Chamber B was the first missile I got in the game. It saves about 10 seconds to out of bounds and get that item first. Also, good missiles. So, we don't have very many power bombs, so I have to go and get a power bomb from here. Okay, there we go. Not getting a power bomb from either one of those crates kind of sucks. And then I'm going to do two things. I'm going to blow up this wall and the gate up ahead, which can only be destroyed with power bombs, with a power bomb. And then now I have a power bomb to get into, to get back into that room with the Galactic Federation ship. when you initially go through that room, basically the door locks behind you, and then you can't go back in without you can't go back in without power bombs or technically screw attack, but the game's looking for power bombs mainly. But there's this one gate coming up that either a power bomb or screw attack works. It's kind of awesome, especially for rando. And then guaranteed power bomb drop. Get this part out of the way, or not. So this looks like an emerald gate. It's actually a purple gate. For whatever reason, it's just coded to look like an emerald gate, but it has the actual properties of a purple gate, violet gate, however you want to call it. Okay, these are Luminoff turrets. They are dangerous. But I didn't take too much damage from them, so we're good. Okay, so we're good on ammo so far. I need to have 75 missiles here, so I have not missed anything so far. We are in good hands. And we're in Sanctuary, too. Sanctuary is really cool. There's a lot of tech to it, especially in 80%, but even 100%, we're going to show off some really cool stuff. So, I mean, especially since on my my life split here, I'm getting screw attack first, so, well, maybe I'm just misleading you guys and I'm getting something else as part of the split. No, I'm getting screw attack first. Alright, so there's going to be more pirate commandos coming up right here. That looks like an okay spot. I want to kill all these pirates here with power bombs, and that was really good. And this other pirate should die. Okay, he's got his thing out. Maybe he'll die there. There we go. I could have just fired a missile there and saved time, but yeah, sometimes you don't get all the pirates with the first power bomb. Sometimes you do. It's just kind of awkward. There's these enemies that block the way. You're normally supposed to shoot them and wait, and they can do a lot of damage, but you can just boost right through them, and we are through. Alright, we have to do a secret puzzle here. This is one of the reasons why we get Dark Visor, like, right away, just so we can enter, not Quadraxis, Sanctuary. I may have called this region Quadraxis, which, I mean, hey, this whole region might as well be Quadraxis. This is Quentin the Quad, and you can jump on top. You can jump off the quad and skip the fight. Doing that makes the save station in here like permanently inaccessible, but we're not too concerned with that save station. So, just time saver, saves time not having to fight the quad. Okay, this puzzle's always the same. It's orange, blue, red, green. Also, first try off that jump was awesome. Shouts to that. Definitely worthy of a Pog moment. Made it look like it was easy. It's not always the easiest. I'm pretty comfortable enough with the positioning, but it's not like the freest jump. Yeah, shouts to Draconif. He named like a bunch of these. Like, there's a set of like 3 pirates called the Three Stooges. I think that's what they are. Okay, powerbomb here. I think it's faster to powerbomb that tunnel right away, the glass bridge or whatever. I am gonna need a powerbomb. Not yet, but kind of soon. Gonna do a cool instant morph here that I don't think actually saves time, but oh, I didn't even get it, so never mind. We don't necessarily have to go through Dark World to get up here. It skips having to go through the spider track. Like, this is the intended way that Retro does it. You can skip the spider track with a slope jump, I think. And I think an instant morph, but it's worth doing this secret puzzle here. And I don't have to cross to the other side. I can just sit here. And there we go. So this will reposition me, or respawn me on the other side of the room. And I can just do the puzzle from, from that side. It's a really cool, like, cheese kind of tactic, but for, like, route optimization, we do want to have that gate open so we can go back through this portal later. We can skip going through this morph section by just slope jumping over this spider track. And that slope jump is as easy as it looks. There's a cool out of bounds you can do, and it's done in 80%, where you can skip having to do this this gyro puzzle to open up the way to the other side of this room, but for 100% it's worth it to just do this, since we need to go eventually. Let's see here. This puzzle is always the same. There's like a faster way of doing that puzzle, but doing the 4 corners like that's pretty fast as well. And that's my personal method. Like, you can do it however, whichever way you want. It's pretty awesome. I don't need to take a safety save here. There's really no risk yet. I will later on. I'm not going this way. Okay, that's some time loss. I was trying to YOLO and like roll onto the rotating platform thing, the circular platform. Excuse me. It's all right. It's all about the swag strats, though. What matters is I went for it. I went for it with sheer conviction, even though technically it didn't work. But I will morph here. Now, even though I have the ability to open up this side of the room with a spinner, I don't actually need to do that. Just the way that I'm going through these rooms. Okay, this right here, this doesn't look like a big skip, but it's gigantic, and I got it first try. What I just did there was a version of an instant unmorph jump called a roll jump, where I can keep my speed in the air. That saves like a huge amount of movement you would do around Sanctuary to get to this part. It skips needing to get Echo Visor, Spider Ball first. It's pretty insane. Oh, I just fell down on accident. These Resbit enemies are really annoying, and I hope I... Did I kill him? Oh, I did kill him. Cool. Okay, if I can be fast enough... Oh, he's too far away. Okay, that's okay. So coming up is a very memey room. Very infamous room in Echoes. And any percent, you would go there, I think, right away. Oh, dang it. That's fine. Let's do this back up here. Yo, first try. Let's go. So I don't have Spider Ball yet, but that's not a problem. I can just... I can set up this angle here and instant morph onto the bomb slot. And that opens up that dark portal, which will be important later on. And here we go, Grand Abyss. I'm going to show off a new trick that was discovered like 3 weeks ago. And it makes this room, these 2 robots right here, they fly away and you never see them again. And you have to use them as platforms. But alternatively, now the much safer strat, and actually like the most consistent strat for this room is... Okay, I'm moving the control stick too much to the right. I'm too excited. Okay, I think my camera angle is a little bit off. This trick's actually not too hard, but it's pretty awesome. Okay, I had the right... I got the unmorph, but I didn't quite get the jump. If I do this right... It's going to be awesome. I normally get this first try too, so I'm just being terrible. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, you know what? I'm too far forward. That's the problem. Oops. Okay, I'm getting the right thing here. Basically what I'm doing is, if I move the morph ball to the right a little bit, I can still keep the forward-facing unmorph while moving sideways, like that. Ideally, I would get a jump out of it, so... doing it this room in Light World saves like 10 seconds. But I'm like screwing up here. Okay, I'm gonna focus real quick. I'm not sure why I'm not getting the instant unmorph here. It's really weird. That's odd. I might be unmorphing too early. Or maybe too late. This should work. That's odd. This trick has been patched out, my dudes. Yeah, normally it's a very friendly instant unmorph I can get here, but... Okay, let's try this side. Maybe this side's not working out for me today. Okay, that was a little better. Grand Abyss. So getting that... I'm getting the right unmorph angle, but I might be, like... It might not be correct enough. Okay, that was definitely not the right angle. Okay, I moved too much to the right. That's weird, dude. Like, I practiced this too. Oh well. We'll get it. It's gonna be so hype when we get it. Like, no, I've gotten this first try, like, so many runs in a row. It's ridiculous. Oh my god. This is probably my fault in some way. I think I'm too far forward. I don't think I need to be that far forward. There we go. Just like that. So even though we didn't make it to the platform, just like that, we can just... It'll respawn us on the other side. There's, like, different respawn triggers where the game will... it'll set where the game has you respawn if you hit terminal fall. And again, we don't have... well, we have grapple beam, but... Okay, I did that dash wrong, so I'm gonna have to kill the res bit. He ate my lock on. He's mean. Or it's mean. It's a robot. And then we can just scan dash over and just do this puzzle without ever having to go into the dark portal. It's a pretty nice skip, actually. Oh. Those weird controls there. Oh my god. Get in the spinner, please. Oh, actually, optimal. We just boost and then unmorph. Whoops. I meant to do a double jump there, but that's okay. Well, it's not too bad. It's just Grand Abyss that used to be bad. And then I need to go underneath the bridge, and it'll respawn me in the center of the room where I want to be. Nice instant morph, too. That just gets me in the bomb slot faster. And we have the best item in the game, Screw Attack. Screw Attack is broken. I think it's pretty common knowledge now that even with the fixes that were done to this game, stuff that was patched out, Echoes is all... I've already demonstrated like how broken Echoes can be. Screw Attack takes that to a whole nother level that Prime 1 just can't do. The way that your Screw Attack collision works is awesome, and it's so good for Echo speedruns. That's why in any percent, like right after you get Dark Beam and Light Beam, you just go straight for Screw Attack. Quick time saver. Grapple Beam is faster to traverse through here. Oh, I need to scan this platform, actually. Or this, I need to scan this terminal thingy. Get this elevator activated. Yeah, so... Oh, hold on. Let me not screw up here. So I don't need power bombs for that. I can just blow them up with Screw Attack. It's great. And we got one more of these puzzles here. Oh. I basically jump to make sure I lock onto the upper part of that puzzle, because sometimes the game does not like where I lock onto things. It's crazy. So this will set up our access to the room area, which is like the worst room in randomizers, but it's pretty cool in 100%. There's a quick kill strike you can do with quad that I'm not good at. Basically, you have to like damage. You have to get the head off the main body and do enough damage so that it doesn't recover its health. But that's okay. It's hard to optimize that one enemy too. So. So next up is Spider Ball, but we need Cobalt Translator, the last one we get in the run. And just in the game period, like, there's 4 of them. We wait out this cutscene. This is the one, like, temple energy controller access where, for the optimal load, you need the Morph Ball to sort of drop into the room and then you skip the cutscene. It's only this room that does it. It's weird. Might be how the Sanctuary Temple is, Hold on, we're sticking to the theme here. The Quadraxis Temple. Also, best cutscene in the game. Hear the words of O'Lear, last sentinel of the Fortress Temple. May they serve you well. They have served us well. We are good to go. O'Lear has blessed our run. That particular cutscene is so good because... Oh, I could have gone to bounce there. You can keep playing that cutscene over and over and just keep duping Cobalt Translator. And with that one cutscene, it's possible to get a 255% save file. But it involves being in that room for an incredibly long time. Claris has said how long it takes. I don't remember how long. I just remember it was like an ungodly amount of time. It makes me shudder with fear. So now that we have all the tools we need for Spider Guardian, we just route in Spider Guardian now, because we do need Spider Ball for the run. So we just get it now when it's convenient. This boss is very hard to optimize. Oh, whoops. I'm already not paying attention. Well, that's untrue. I'm just having a hard time focusing because I'm talking to Fat Couch Commentary. I'd probably let them explain it, because they'd be very valuable in doing so. This section in particular is pretty hard. I need 2 more. Okay. That could have gone worse. I'm going to wait for the Spider Guardian to come back down. So this is good. Being here is really good because it'll set up what's called Fast 3. There's 4 sections, and this will be the 3rd section. And optimally, being here, I can set up Fast 3. Oh, I didn't get it, though. I played it too safe, but that's okay. And then being at the very edge there, it's a good backup. Minimizes a lot of time. And we'll just hang around here. We'll wait for him to come back down. You can also lose time in between these like sections. If I was like down at the bottom of the half pipe, I'd have to build up my speed again, because when the cutscenes happen, it resets your speed when you're in North Ball. So being high up on the half pipe in the air is kind of the best possible outcome you can get. All right, I'm gonna position myself here because Spider Guardian's gonna fall down, and then to get in the green phase where it activates the bomb slots, I have to hit it with 4 bombs. This part's a little annoying. It should get easier with the 3rd section. And then I want to yeah, stand with the Morph Ball. The Morph Ball has legs. So I'm going to wait here. Wait for it to pass this gate, because it lowers when I hit the bomb slot. Also, there's a random chance that even though the Spider Guardian moves left, down there, on the bottom level, it'll just move right, and you lose, like, a tiny bit of time. It's kind of weird. I think that's the case. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but I've noticed it with, like, DCR's PB run. Shout out to DCR, he's awesome. Oh, okay, so I mentioned how I needed power bombs. So this room right here, I need a power bomb for, and I conveniently forgot to get one, so we'll have to backtrack just a little bit, because I think these pill bugs drop them. Oh, maybe they don't drop anything. Okay, there we go. That was really good. I think there are more pill bugs I can run into, but yeah, that could have been worse. Yeah, there was just a lot going on that I just conveniently forgot, but we're going through this portal now. We're gonna get what's called a Sky Temple key. These are basically the Chozo artifacts, the like last dungeon keys that you need. There's 9 of them, and we need to get them all to actually get to the final level of the game. And we can't get them without Dark Visor, so having Dark Visor now is very convenient. I almost never kill that flying in cache with the screw attack. It's awesome. Basically, they're invisible unless you have Dark Visor, and you have to hit them when you have Dark Visor equipped. Otherwise, you can't actually kill them and get the temple key inside. A little annoying, but that's okay. Oh my god, excuse me. So yeah, Annihilator Beam's coming up next. We got the awesome Quadraxis fight, sort of the last main boss in this gauntlet of boss battles. We're certainly not done with bosses, though. We have several more we'll be fighting in the run. But this will be like, you know, this one's pretty notable because it's going to be the last one we fight with the risk of various suit Dark World damage. So this is where that Dark Portal that I opened up, like earlier on when we were in Sanctuary, we just go straight in the portal and to the boss. I'm going to play it safe and take a safety save. Also, I need to go this way. So this save's a little bit out of the way, but it's absolutely worth doing. I don't want to die to Quadraxis. Quadraxis is nowhere near as hard as the Torvus like section, where you're fighting Grapple Guardian, Boost Guardian, and Chica. But there is the threat of constant Dark World damage. And I have a lot more options in that fight than it looks, but dying there is not good, and I'd rather not die. Quad has been a big mental block for me prior to my last PB. Logically fight Quad with Dark Suit and 1 E-Tank and only Light Beam. That's crazy. Well, Light Beam is actually really good for Quad. Light Beam is so good against most bosses, it's actually kind of crazy. Alright, so we're going to come on through here. Nice instant unmorph. So we're pretty good on light ammo, pretty good on... We don't really need dark ammo, but it doesn't hurt. Also, I think I needed to keep Dark Beam on for this upcoming door, but... minor details, not a big deal. We're going to clutch this out, alright? So normally we need Echo Visor to get into the temple access room, but we can do this. So this is the same out of bounds wall crawl. I don't know what the heck happened there. That was really weird. I normally don't get stuck there, but that's okay. I mitigated it. Oh, I'm on top of the door. So I have a decent amount of health. I'm just going to play it safe and just fall down here. And then get some ammo here. Just to make this fight as consistent as possible. Nice powerbomb drop that I totally needed earlier, but... Alright. I think this is the best we'll do for now, so... I have good health here. Having like, more than 3 tanks is pretty good. And then I can trigger the boss fight from out of bounds, too. Alright, so this first section here. I need to hit the knees with light beam shots while they're blinking, otherwise I can't actually damage them. I am staying close to the legs, and each leg actually drops like a bunch of health, so that's what makes this fight much more consistent than it looks. And then staying near the legs so that Quad doesn't attack me with anything else. I'm going to stay near this leg again, too. Quad can do a variety of attacks. It can shoot me with Annihilator Beam. It can do this Tornado attack. It always turns around with this leg. So far, so good. We're pretty good on health. Oh, yeah, we're basically full health now. Now, with this third leg, Quad moves faster. But no big deal. Just staying near the legs just guarantees safety. And then Light Beam's super effective. Pokemon. Weak to Light Beam. He's a Dark-type Pokemon. So that's phase 1 done. Pretty dangerous, but not too bad. Like, once you know how to do the fight, it's pretty consistent. We don't have Echo Visor, but we are fine, because we can just screw attack into, wow, I'm losing a lot of, like, light ammo here. Screw attacking into the antenna just works. It's great. And then with the right positioning, too, screw attack does, like, I think 30 damage per frame. It's actually a lot. And it's just plenty of frames for me to do enough damage to this antenna every time. And then I have to hit the tips of these antennas, because that's where the hitboxes are. Now, this last part I used to have so much trouble with, and then Based Kirby Master showed me how to make this part of the fight consistent. This part is the most random part of the fight, because when I stun Quad here, it can move either left or right, and I want it to move left here. The less time I am in this part of the fight, the safer I am. And that is, like, the best possible RNG. That was awesome. Really good quad. 36 per frame. Thank you, Captain. Yo, what's up, JRP? How you doing? What's this boss? Anyone's ever seen it before? Yeah, we're, this is the secret DLC of Echoes when you do 100% runs. So yeah, we are in good shape now. That's, like, the last dangerous part of the run. There's still a lot of risks to take in terms of time loss and stuff, but... And don't worry, even though, like, the second half... Like, this is the part of the run now where we're going to enter cleanup, but there's a lot of hype moments that happen. I should have waited out that cutscene again. This works just like the Light Sanctuary Temple, but no big deal. It just loses me in game time. We absolutely do need to collect this energy. And any percent, you can actually skip Quadraxis and just go straight to this room. Do all these cool out of bounds. It's a lot riskier because you have optimally 2 E-tanks instead of the 5 that I have. But again, no big deal. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. Oh, I need an Annihilator for this. And then conveniently, too, getting that energy, the temple energy, refills our health. And then with this Annihilator door, we're going to go back to this one room we were in. There was that room I had to unlock the Dark Portal for. Waiting here for this load with Screw Attack, I take 2 damage per second instead of 6 when I have Screw Attack with Various Suit. It's very odd, actually, but it's a nice little way to mitigate risk. And then there's a missile expansion right here. And we're just going to go and get it right on the way. It's awesome. We do want Annihilator out for this, for these upcoming flying pirates in this room. So far, Dark and Light Beam have shown their worth. They're really useful, very powerful. Annihilator is also awesome. Unfortunately, I ran out of light ammo, but yeah. So Annihilator shoots as fast as Power Beam, but it does 6 times as much damage as a single Power Beam shot. It's actually insane. Hold on, I need to reset the camera for this. I love doing upbeat runs too. I think I'm a little too far forward. We'll get this. This isn't too hard. I'm just... Oh, I wasn't high enough. You know what? That's fine. We'll do the safe strat. The consistent strat. We can slope jump off of this little railing and then get just high enough to make this jump to these spider tracks, which we can stand on. And do that. Whoops. Oh my god. I am terrible today. Sometimes Echoes is just not forgiving at all. That's okay. And then we can instant morph onto the spider track, and then we can go ahead and collect our... actually, our second beam ammo expansion. It's kind of nuts. We've done all these bosses with just 100 beam ammo, which, quite frankly, is all we need. Quad is pretty friendly with light ammo, as long as you don't miss too many shots. And then the backup is just having a charge shot and then a super missile. Although that gets a little more dangerous because then in phase 3, quad has the ability to attack you. Whereas with a single light shot, or single fully charged light beam shot, will just stun quad like always. Let's see here. I am going this way. So coming up now is Echo Visor, and just conveniently enough, we can go straight through. Again, not having to go into that spinner. It's just it's routed so conveniently enough that we don't have to worry about ever lowering that gate. Even though it's like a nice, like, you know, convenient thing, the game expects you to do it. I'm gonna jump up here just so my power bomb, excuse me, actually hits the door. And then we're gonna get some convenient refills right here. Dark Samus just kind of wipes the floor of those space pirates. It's pretty awesome. And that's okay, because we're gonna do some pretty awesome stuff too. I want to have... So I want to start with Light Beam in case I get the worst pattern. This is actually the first Dark Samus fight we do too. We're doing this like totally out of order. It's great. Okay, so even though Dark Samus has Dark in her name, she's actually like a light-based enemy. So doing charged Dark Beam shots actually damages her quite a bit, as well as whatchamacallit, Screw Attack. Screw Attack's not that important. Constantly getting the whatchamacallit, like Dark Beam damage, is pretty effective too. But if I can get Screw Attack damage, then we're in pretty good shape. Okay, that did a bit of oh yeah, that did quite a bit of damage. Oh, I was too far away. And just a bit more. Oh, dang it. Yeah, the boost ball phase here sucks. But if I can hit her with Light Beam, which I'm probably not going to be able to do. Yeah, just one Dark Beam shot left. Also, I forgot to split on Annihilator. I'm sorry. Lots of cool stuff going on. And there we go. This check and randomizer is so bad. It's like, it has a lot of requirements, but if Echo Visor is placed here vanilla, you have to commit to doing this. And if it's not vanilla, like Echo Visor, then you're kind of screwed. But we can do this part of the puzzle pretty quickly, even though, again, we have Various Suit. That's as easy as it looks. It looks risky because there's no safe zones. There's only the refillable, like, energy, but it's that awesome. You can just bomb jump onto, like, the side of the track, or the top of the spider track, and then boost off of it. It's so awesome. And there we go, Echo Visor. Which is convenient, because we're going to do some Echo puzzles pretty soon. Actually, there's one coming right up. Well, just to get out of this room first, but I think I meant to do them in left to right, but that's okay. What was an Airy in the weekly 2 weeks ago, Captain MD? Alright, I got my document here, because I have to... I don't have these, I have, like, one of these Echo locks memorized. They're always the same puzzle, but it's pretty annoying. So it's fastest to kill that little enemy with a missile. Actually, it's pretty big. Absolute unit, if I were to say so myself. But yeah, just demonstrating, oh yeah, you need Echo Visor for these rooms. Main PBs with main launcher required to use them. Oh my god, that's crazy. So this is, oh, front, back, middle, middle. Whoops. I was assuming another Echo Lock puzzle. So again, just super convenient. Like, as soon as we can get this Power Bomb expansion from this gyro thing here, we can. It's great. Sorry. These are hamburgers. Oh, I did that too early. So, the way morphing works is you still have Samus's, like, tall hitbox until the morph, like, completes. And so it looks like you're not touching the item, but you are. And then conveniently enough, we want to be in here. Because there's one more missile we need to get on our way to Torvus Temple. And we can just do an instant unmorph bomb space jump and screw attack in. Yeah, just having screw attack for all these checks is so good. Like, it kills enemies. Like, yeah, you're traveling in a linear direction, but the biggest thing within any percent is your hitbox with screw attack is the size of a morph ball. Like, I think it was programmed to be like morph ball. And so you can enter morph ball tunnels with it and go out of bounds that way. It's pretty awesome. Alright, so we need to return Sanctuary's energy. We need it for Light Suit coming up. Imagine if I didn't get the energy period. I just forgot. That would kind of suck, but we're okay. We obtained the energy transfer complete item from O'Lear himself. He has given us his good graces. And we're good to go. Oh my god, you can screw attack in there. That's crazy, Captain. I don't know if I would dare try that. I don't think I have the fortitude. Another annihilator door here, but we have it, so we can do this room. These enemies, they're robots. They have weird names, but they're really annoying, so I'm gonna kill them. One's doable, the other one's just bad. Like, I think you get repositioned or, like, respawned by them if you, like, collide into them. They fire these projectiles. They're really annoying. I've been super careless and almost died to them. Like, it's just bad. But screw attack kills them. Except when I bonk off of them. That's great. And this part of Sanctuary is awesome, because we're doing, like, almost all the cleanup for Sanctuary while we're still here. Unfortunately, we still can't one-trip Sanctuary without getting Light Suit. Alright, go left, right, right. But again, the way we route this is pretty awesome. Alright. Possible way to soft lock here. I just need to not shoot this door while in this room, and we're good. Let's see here. Okay, good. It's possible to, like, bonk off the side and not hit the missile expansion, but nice little puzzle skip. Not too hard, but does take some practice getting the right angle and getting used to, like, where you need to be. Pretty satisfying, though. And we're going to get another slope jump here. So that other one I just did with screw attack. Start off with the slope jump. And slope jumps into screw attacks are just probably overpowered. Getting another hamburger here. I think this is... I think with the dupe missile, this is 50%. With the items I have, I think this is 49%. But we're about to go get 50% with this energy tank. Like, almost 2 hours in, we don't have 50% yet, but that's okay. Okay, if I can get this hop here, that'd be awesome. And I got it. Awesome. That's, like, the fastest way to get that item. The shield on the res bit, the hitbox on it, actually doesn't last for very long. And so it's possible to be too late, and then you have to do an alternate strat that's a little slower. But yeah, that's basically Sank 1. So again, not the biggest deal if you feel Resbit hot, but it's really satisfying. Alright, I'm going to switch to Power Beam here. There's a cutscene happening, and it's going to reposition me. And I want to shoot the door that's at the very end of this room, the one I came through at the very beginning. Just a small time save so I don't have to unmorph later on. And we don't have to take the elevator back down. I can just jump on top of that terminal and then jump over. It's awesome. So So there's a bit of a spider skip I can do here, where I just have to shoot these two things with the turret. This has a backup if I fail it. I think I am consistent enough where I should be able to get this pretty soon. Okay, not quite first try, but that's okay. It's a pretty precise jump, so it's no big deal if I don't get this right away. Okay, almost. I think I wasn't far enough forward, and then I kind of spaced out my screw attacks, kind of weird. Awesome. Third try is pretty good. There's a backup that's quite a bit slower, so failing it like the first couple of times is just... I think you're still saving time doing it that way. And again, this door I'm coming through, I can just waltz right through, or I guess roll right through, since, again, morph balls don't have legs, so... Just gonna dance on through with my morph ball legs, no problem. Boost balls just doing little pitter-patters, just... No problem at all. Just scampering through. Just scampering up those half pipes. I'm trying not to unmorph mid-boost. For whatever reason in Echoes, your boost timing won't reset when you unmorph, and so if I unmorph mid-boost, I'll have to wait the same amount of time after I unmorph to be able to boost again, whereas if I time it properly until the boost ends and then unmorph, I can charge a boost right away. Small optimization. But over the course of this kind of run, it saves a lot of time. Or, I guess a significant enough amount of time. Also, for anyone asking about version differences, that bombable wall right there is like the one main difference between, I think, PAL, Japan, and North American versions. You can do this in NTSC, but not in PAL or JP as far as I know, and you lose exactly a second to those versions. So, you know, very important. Oh, they do? That's interesting. I did not know that, Captain MD. That's awesome. So yeah, we're basically starting the cleanup portion of the run. Again, it's like super convenient too, because we're getting light suit like right now, and then we're gonna go right back to Torvis and start cleanup. It's just, it's optimal. It's awesome. And now we have the other amazing item in the game. It's crazy, in any percent, you actually put off Violet Translator and get it at the same time as a light suit. I made the mistake where I left this room and went all the way down before realizing I'm supposed to take this transport. Unlocking these light transports are really useful for any percent. It's really useful for Hundo, but only for like this one time. We go to Torvis and then just go from there to clean up the rest of the items. Okay, so I should have 105 missiles, 6 E-tanks, 5 power bombs, and 150 beam ammo. And as far as I know, I am there. Oh, I do have 110. That's interesting. I must have collected something earlier than intended. Oh, no, we're fine. We have the ramp missiles. We had 105 when we went through. Alright, so with this elevator, we can go back down and start cleanup. So because we fought those regular pirate commandos, there's like, I believe the risk of that room crashing up ahead is gone. So we just go here now, get this missile. I did forget to powerbomb the other, or not that I forgot. I didn't lay the powerbomb in the right place. So I'm going to have to destroy the tree roots again. But not the biggest deal. Okay, small chance I'll get Dark Pirate Commandos again. Grapple Pirates, they're called. And we're good, so. So we just wait for the cutscene. Get the missile. Nice bonk. Yeah, if there's any part of the collision that's like a wall, you just bonk off of it with screw attack. So I've had some very interesting bonks that look like they're not bonks. And then we go here. There's an E-tank over here. That's convenient. I mean, we have plenty of health, so... Gonna stand that platform for safety. I think it's fat. I think the ideal strat is to just screw attack directly to the E-tank. But no big deal. Maybe a small chance we're going to get grapple pirates, but I'm not sure. And this strat we do in any percent as well, where we can just screw attack and skip the platforming. It's crazy how much time screw attack alone just saves with its movement. Not to mention the out of bounds and other sequence breaks we can do with it. Did not get the frame perfect missile shot. Missile roll shots are more dangerous, like especially in any percent when you don't have that many power bombs. So I don't generally go for them. I mean, they don't save that much time, but it is pretty satisfying to get them. But again, if you're like a frame late, then or a frame early, I mean, with the Y press, then... Oh my god, excuse me. If you're any bit early with the Y press before you unmorph, you just lay a power bomb and it sucks. Oh, almost had it. I think I boosted on that bomb slot once, and I've never gotten it since. It was really satisfying. Alright, so for those that watch my stream, this room is going to be very familiar. Basically, in a nutshell, for those that don't get it, I deserve to be out of Life Grove Tunnel. There's a room just like this in Prime 1, but its collision is way worse. You get stuck in it very easily, and I got stuck in it in a low percent run. Memes were had. Rejoicing was had. Good times were had. So even though there's grapple pirates in here, or dark pirate commandos, we kind of use the terms interchangeably, if that makes any sense. This door isn't locked. Also, that pirate just totally played defense on me. He's doing a good job. Let's get this puzzle right here. Oh, I went too far. So I'll have to try again. So with optimal boosting, I can just go to this part of the spider track, and then... Oh, but the Sporb got me. Yeah, you can... Sometimes you just lose time in this room. It's not ideal. But you have, like, everything attacking you at once, so... It's not the most forgiving room. Oh, the Sporb swallowed me. I was like, what just happened? I, like, morphed directly onto the Sporb. That's nuts. These pirates are not going away. Yeah, normally I'm out of this room by now, but I just... Oh, almost. Okay, I'm just gonna do the safe strat. I'm pretty well practiced this strat, but it's just not working out for me today, and... You know, sometimes it just happens. Oh my god, I still overdid it. Alright, let me see if I can kill this Sporb here. Alright, I should have just done that from the beginning, but the Pirate Commandos were kind of in my way. It's okay, we're gonna get this item. This item does not want to be gotten, but we're gonna get it. I think that's what I did wrong, was not do the right boot movement part. Even though we have screw attack, it's still faster to use the kinetic orb cannon. Oh, that's true too, Captain MB, with the other half-pipe room I was in. Alright, so that room was not very good very kind to us, but we survived. Oh, I've not... That's awesome. I've never done that before. Boosting across both gaps like that. Usually I have to do it 2 times. That was awesome. I am not sure how I got that. That is insane. And then conveniently enough, we just go through the portal and then do Dark Upper Torvus cleanup. It's awesome. It's optimal. I've said optimal way too much. So I'm going to kill that Dark Pirate Commando, and then I need to kill this one. I have Dark Visor. There he is. Actually, that's convenient because I want to be down here. Go ahead and get this Power Bomb expansion. And then, oh, it killed that thing too. The not lava hamburger. The dark water hamburger. There's basically like a Prime 1 equivalent of that enemy in, well, in Prime 1. So I intentionally shoot an Annihilator shot there. The way that mixed... I think they're called like, when you energize the beacons, or like light crystals, with Light Beam, if enemies touch it, they die, but they usually avoid it. If you hit it with Annihilator, which is technically like a combined form of light and dark energy, what happens is that the enemies get attracted to the beacon, but then they just die when they touch it. And it's really useful for a couple rooms with the Hunter Ring where they can just annoy you. And then there's one room coming up in Aegon during cleanup that, where it just basically turns that room into an auto-scroller instead of you having to kill a ton of Ing. I think I need a Power Bomb, but I'm not entirely sure. I know I need one coming up, but I think I get an expansion soon. And then it's possible for the Grapple Pirates to appear in this room again, but because I'm going through the light portal, I'm not like losing time to them. Yo, Sal the Dragon with the raid. What's up, dude? How is your Echoes rando seed? I think you were doing that, right? And then, conveniently enough, we get this missile here. Pretty sure. Yes. And I also forgot to mention we got another Sky Temple key, which is, again, required for a final boss. Like, to actually get to the final boss. So even though there's less of them... Oh, you know what? I forgot to screw attack over. That's fine. We have Grapple Beam. In randos, you can actually get this without screw attack or grapple beam with a bomb space jump. One of those like instant unmorph jumps. Oh my god, I've got more dark pirate or more grapple pirates again. I think there's like 6 chances when you're going through this route where they appear, and they appear half the time. That's been, I think, 4 out of... I think that's the last possible spot for them in the run. So 4 out of 6 is not great. So we're done with Upper Torvus cleanup. Now we have Lower Torvus cleanup. And it's pretty fast. There's a fair amount of items but to get. But there's a lot of cool strats done that, if I pull them off, are pretty sick. I mean, I'm going to pull off most of them. It's just there's one that's cycle-based. And it's a very, very tight window. Basically to skip a whatchamacallit. It's to skip like this boost ball, power bomb, spider ball puzzle. Where we can just screw attack onto the top instead. And it's coming up right here. This is Gathering Hall Missile. So this timing starts right when this door opens. Alright, so I want to land on this. Get on the spider thing. Get that. Those things are still moving during the cutscene, so... I wasn't very fast at the screw attack. Oh, damn it. I missed the... Okay, I missed the cycle. That's okay. I'll try again. I'll show off the movement that's done, but ideally, when you do this fast enough... Okay, I need to be more forward when I'm screw attacking. If you're fast enough, you can make it to both, like, bomb slots as fast as possible. So, like, this would already be facing the bomb slot. Actually, just like this. Oh! I was too early. That's okay. We'll try again. It's pretty easy to lose time in this room, unfortunately, so... And then also you can lose time by having to change your angle, because if you're close enough to the door, you just face the door. So yeah, ultimately you just get both of these bomb slots as fast as possible. Still pretty satisfying to show off the trick, though. Also, this strafing out of a grapple is like Echo's only tech. You can like kind of do it in Prime, but not really, because you don't have control over your jump. And then coming up right here is a cool out of bounds. Nice. So there's this like big bomb slot puzzle that's annoying, and it takes a long time, but we can just skip it. Okay, I think I still have my gravity boost, so we're still good. So that gravity boost to the top of the room, and then there's that room coming up that I needed to open the gate for after I got grapple beam. And we're going to go ahead and ceiling warp in there. Nice, so we ceiling warped first try. I think the way that ceiling warps work is you have to be fast enough. Yo, that Grenchler just played defense. Also, I was pretty late with the screw attack, so... Oh, nice, Sal. That's awesome. Light suit in Mining Plaza. That's crazy. Oh, there. So you had to kill a Morbus for him. So we come back here because of a Sky Temple key. There's 2 in every like region, like Aegon, Sanctuary, and Torbis. And then there's 3 in Temple Grounds. So this is the second one. We got the first one in Upper Torbis. And this is one of the ones that Light Suit requires. Actually, both of them in Torbis require Light Suit. This Dark Water is just shallow water when you don't have Light Suit on. And then you can actually, like, go in the Dark Water. But yeah, that's pretty much the only detour we have to do to Dark Lower Torbis. Everything else we're getting is in Light Torbis. Just gonna double check my route here and make sure I'm on track. I'm pretty sure I am. So there's another energy tank coming up here. Kind of a cool skip we can do. Not very major, but it's pretty cool tech. You know, you can show it off to your friends at home. I don't boost here because it basically just takes me out of this tunnel. And I don't want that to happen. That was a very well timed... What am I doing? I timed that double bomb jump so poorly. Alright, so right here. So I boost up here, and it still thinks I hit the bomb slot. And then I go ahead and get the E-Tank. So it just saves, like, I don't know, a little more than a second. Not an enormous time save. And one last item here in Lower Torbis, and we are out of here. The way to do this, like, without, like, skipping spider and stuff underwater is kind of annoying without screw attack, but with screw attack, it's just free. You just jump out of the water, screw attack, it's all good. I don't have power bombs. Oh, you know what? I just screwed up the route. We were supposed to go and fight Powerbomb Guardian right away, which is why I don't have power bombs. That's okay. It's not too far out of the way. That's what I forgot to do. It's okay. No big deal. Just gonna take a little bit of time loss here because I got too focused on the item cleanup. Which, I mean, there is. But we're just doing this a little bit out of order. Normally we'd go straight to, let's see here. Yeah, so when we first entered here, I was supposed to go all the way to the bottom first and get power bombs, which is why they're in the split. Where's the door? There it is. So thankfully we don't need power bombs right now, but we will need them soon, and we'll get some more later on. And then look at that. Alpha Blog just kind of tidied up the room, you know, the little tower thing's there. It's not broken up anymore. It's all good. Everything's cleaned up. It's great. And I also just boosted off of there like a professional, so let's go. So again, mistakes like this do happen. Like, that was on me. I skimmed like 2 lines of the thing. Not the biggest deal since I was right next to power bombs anyway, so. But that's okay, we got a cool boss coming up. We're not done with the bosses yet, my friends. We are not finished by any means. So first we get this missile. And then... I was like wondering why, like, yeah, there's like not that many items in Dark Torvald. It's like, oh yeah, there's main power bombs, which are very important to get. There is a Sky Temple key that we cannot get without the main power bomb upgrade, even though we have power bombs. So this boss is pretty consistent if I can get the right movement. I don't always get the right boosts I need, but you can set up the boost in a way where you can just make it across like the spider track really quick. Like that. So I do the farther away ones first and then save the closer ones for last. And it just makes the fight simple. Oh, don't knock me off. There we go. Yeah, as long as I got in the bomb slot, I'm safe from power bomb damage. One last one. Yo, he's gonna blow up the door, maybe? Oh, no. Powerbomb Guardian can sometimes help you, at least in any percent, where it'll open up the yellow door, so you don't have to lay a powerbomb yourself. Where am I at? I was right next to the track. That was weird. Thought I was gonna get that. Okay. Everything's good. So even though I split late, I still cleaned up like all the items, so just a slight backtrack, but we're pretty much done with Torvus. And then this is also convenient because there's these creatures, those like little shrimp enemies that travel in like swarms called Hidlings. Shouts to Hidlide, no relation. Maybe there is one. Maybe that's Retro's like shout out to them. I'm about to get like a ton of ammo from them. These are like the best enemies to get refills from. Also, my Charge Annihilator just like had a weird audio bug. Yeah, so then after you do this, then you would go and do that one puzzle in the Gathering Hall room with the tight like cycle, and then start from there. But because I did that out of order, we're just we don't need to do that. Where's the blue door? So 160 missiles, 8 power bombs. Looks like 9 E-tanks. That should be all we need. And we're good, yeah. We are done with Torvus. I mean, hey, sometimes it's satisfying to save the boss for last too. But I'm telling you, cleanup is still like one of the cool parts of the run, you know? And we're still not done with bosses yet either. There's that one Aegon boss we put off for a long time because it's just that worth it to put off. Well, I'll just spoil it since we're doing cleanup. Doing Dark Suit. Also forgot to split on Torvus, but that's okay. Kind of a short split anyways. Didn't want to gold something that didn't even gold. So I'm supposed to have at least 3 power bombs here, and I have 7. So I am good to go for the rest of the run. I'm still going to hit an ammo station anyways for beam ammo, but that's not going to be until Aegon. And that just saves me from having to do a refill at the ship. So we're going to go back through here. And there's just one... there's like 1 or 2 items we have to get here in Sanctuary. So this is one of the few Sanctuary items that we need Light Suit for. The other one's a Sky Temple key. So we collected our first one in the run in Sanctuary. So we just have 1 Sky Temple key left. Also, don't worry if you're not following the Sky Temple key thing. It's kind of a tacked on kind of thing, where like they needed to have some sort of a lock for the final level. So we have to get these 9 additional keys to actually unlock the final level. Alright, so because this force field is open, when we go back in here, we have to do an instant unmorph jump. I want to be a little bit... I might kill this Resbit, actually, because he's kind of annoying. Okay, there we go. Just for safety. And then we just jump over the force field and we're good. Oh, I almost got it. That's okay, we'll just take the platforms instead. There's one platform here that's very... I need to have, like, a max height jump. Also, getting hit by them, the res bits there, does not help. I've gotten bodied by this platform, like, a bunch of times. It's just... It's not friendly. I also forgot I could just screw attack there, so... That's okay. Good backup. So I think we have, like, 2 items left in Sanctuary. That is not the right room. We are done with that room. Transit Station is done for. We are going back into Hall of Combat Mastery. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention, too, during the run that I just... There was a lot of stuff going on that kind of slipped my mind. We need the 3 keys for the bosses for Chica. For Quadraxis we don't, because we were able to skip over the, like, if we did the out of bounds, right? But if we were inbounds, you could just skip over the gate. We're gonna do a really cool puzzle skip here, if I can not screw up. This Ink Smasher hopefully won't give me problems. Yeah, we can just instant morph onto the ceiling and also onto the spider track. But yeah, so we don't collect any of the what are called the Ing Hive keys. Those are the Dark Sanctuary keys. They're not needed at all. A, because we mainly just go out of bounds and go around. But the other reason is, even if we were inbounds, going back inbounds, you can just do a instant unmorph, like, bomb jump. Get the instant unmorph, jump in the air. Oh, I didn't mention why those work. In Metroid Prime, like, in all 3 games, whenever you unmorph and you're you're in the air, you have 21 frames where the game lets you jump. It thinks you're in the grounded state. Normally that doesn't happen because the morph ball, like, animation when you're unmorph takes 60 frames. It takes a second. So it's 3 times as much time as you would actually need. But by skipping that animation, by doing instant unmorphs, you can then input a jump in the air. It's really satisfying. Also, shouts to this item. It's super out of the way, and we have to beat the game to get it. Or we needed to beat the game. Also, I walked forward. But not this time. We didn't fall down this time. Twice is my limit for runs. Also, shouts to these, like, Ing larvae. So this is the only room they appear in. It's kind of weird. But hey, one of those, like, rare scans. So we put off this Sky Temple key because we need Light Suit. These beams of light, we absolutely need Light Suit to enter. Except for the one that goes to the final boss, for whatever reason. Oh, dang it. Oh, well. We only wasted like a second of in-game time. That was awesome. One optimization I forgot to do was shoot this flying ink cache across the way. That's okay, we can just shoot him right there. That was awesome. Shouts to Elias Thompson, one of my buds in chat. He's like, yeah, sick backup strat, and I agree. Okay, we're on top of here, that's fine. So there's one more item we have to get here, and then we're done with Sanctuary. Sanctuary cleanup is usually fast. Except for when it isn't, but I guess it's been friendly enough. In any percent, you can use those enemies for refills towards the end. I have so much ammo that it's not even an issue. Hardest Emperor-ing scenario in Rando. Oh, I bonked off on accident. Oh god, he's right next to me. Ink Smashers are no joke. They're actually not as hard to deal with as Elite Pirates in Metroid Prime 1. Because you can kill them instantly with power bombs, but they're still a threat. They're still annoying. Oh my god, I'm getting allergies or something. My nose is getting stuffy. I apologize. I am not doing a morph track here. This is screw attack territory. There's actually platforms there you can see a Dark Visor, but who needs that when you have screw attack? It's great. It's wonderful. I would say my hardest Emperor Ring scenario is probably Various Suit with, like, not that many tanks. Hey, just to get to Sky Temple. Also, cool strat right here. There's a Metroid that appears. First Metroid we see. It despawns if you just fall down the, into the terminal fall there. Into the void. Not really faster to do it that way, but it just saves on just annoyance. And that's it. We are done with Sanctuary cleanup. On to Aegon, which will take the longest, because... Well, what the... I've never seen the frame rate just go down that much there. That was insane. That was nuts. Did you see that? That was so cool. Metroid Prime 2 echoes for the Nintendo GameCube. What can I say? All sorts of cool jank in this game that... I mean, Prime 1 is cool jank, and Prime 3 is cool jank, but Echoes has cool jank. It's awesome. Oh, really? I did not know that. Oh, also we split. Nice gold. Which I think is inaccurate, but I'll take it. Yeah, so this section right here just needs, like, I think a power bomb or two. Actually, we're going to use power bombs again coming up. So, Aegon cleanup. Longest part of the cleanup for any region. We're going to backtrack real quick over here to get this power bomb expansion. Sorry, hamburger. If this run gets in, I'm going to remind Couch and the crowd and whoever possible that they're hamburgers. They are rotating cylindrical hamburgers. And they're awesome and delicious. And they're special. There's only 10 of them in the game. So it looks like I'm just bonking for no reason. I'm just hitting the terminal fall on this side so that I just respawn here. It saves time. Now, there's 2 missiles here I have missed. Haha, good joke, Bash. I'm gonna kill this pill bug here. So this missile I missed in my first PB, my first single segment PB. Which, speaking of which, this run is single segment, which is awesome, so. Gonna get this power bomb we don't need. And I was scared of Dark Samus earlier. We've come for revenge, you know, we're altering the timeline. There's an out of bounds you can do to actually trigger the fight faster. I'm not gonna do that. Also, I could use power bombs, but for safety, I'm going to use Annihilator Beam. For whatever reason, Annihilator Beam does 10 times as much damage, I think, to Dark Samus 1. It is insane. Just watch this. Like that. I even skipped the phase, too. Okay, I got a little worried there for a second, because normally I don't... Okay, we're good. Yeah. So normally you don't want to kill Dark Samus or have Dark Samus in view if you kill it in the first phase of the fight. I did, and I was a little bit scared because I wasn't expecting to accidentally kill it, but Annihilator Beam is that powerful, folks. It's crazy. Now, there's a missile in this room that only spawns when I reload the room. There's a layer change that happens when you kill Dark Samus. Or defeat Dark Samus. Spoiler alert. So this missile won't spawn until then. And we can just use screw attack to get by. It's awesome. Not a hard screw attack at all. Taking advantage of the morph ball, the fact that we're the size of a morph ball. It's awesome. And then hopefully get a little bit of a time saver here. Hold on, I need to set up the angle. Not the angle I need. Nice. Oh, actually, we're going this way. Also, the other thing is, we want to do labs backwards. It's faster to do it backwards for a variety of reasons. One is we have screw attack, and we can avoid having to do a puzzle, potentially. As long as I don't screw it up, we'll be good. That's, like, the primary reason. Also, it's just, like... I think it's just in general the movement's optimized. Wow, I have not gone that fast through this tunnel. That tunnel has really bad collision, and you can just easily slow down. So you never want to boost in that tunnel specifically. Just random echoes stuff. It's great. This game's awesome. I love this game casually, but like as a speedrun, I've come to really appreciate it. Like, sure, it's not as like, you know, fast as Prime 1, but there's more stuff to do. And we cleaned it all up in a really nice fashion. I don't need a safety save here. There's really not much risky stuff left in the run. But I haven't saved in a while, so it doesn't hurt. So it's pretty satisfying. We just clean up all these pirate labs now while we have all these items. There's a couple of blocks that are in there. Like, I'm expected to have Dark Beam and come back at one point. Also, this tunnel is slow, but it's faster to go from this side. Yeah, Prime 2 is a pretty game for sure. I think they did a really good job with the art style, in my opinion. And then we just fall down here. And then we can destroy these with boost, so we don't have to wait for a bomb drop. Alright, right here. I can lose a lot of time if I'm not careful. Oh, that was close. So if we fall down there, we have to do the puzzle. We might have to do it again if I fall down, but that was like the harder of the two jumps we have to do. Hey, we're almost at 200 missiles. That's awesome. Alright, easier jump. Alright, so by doing this, we just skipped required fight. I do want to stay close enough to the wall. That way I'm not triggering this fight here. Also, you know what? There's a good reason I safety saved. There's a spot coming up in this next room. Basically what's going to happen is there's going to be pirates as well as Metroids in there. And usually the Metroids are just in their tanks when you first visit that room, or this upcoming room. But technically they're two different, what are called layers of the room, and they're basically like different states the room's in. Like, this is expected to happen after I have like Dark Beam. There is just enough stuff loaded where if I boost, I can crash the game, or I will crash the game. So by getting this missile expansion, it unloads just enough stuff from memory, along with these space pirates dying, that I can boost safely. Like, you can tell there's like a lot of lag going on. Like, it's not pretty if you crash like this far in a run. That's PB pace, especially an Aegon cleanup, since this is the last major cleanup of the run. And then this is super convenient because it just spits us out like right here. And now we do Dark Aegon cleanup. Yeah, that's true for sure, Pinjo. Hold on, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, that's right. We're doing the loop-de-loop again. So even though we have Light Beam, it's still faster to go the way we did for where we go through this set of rooms first. So I'm going to do something a little weird. This is the ammo station I was talking about, where it's going to give us our last set of like major refills for the run, where we're going to have max ammo. I laid the power bomb there to destroy the wall. Also, this room right here is why I need to get the main power bombs from Power Bomb Guardian. It's what makes Power Bomb Guardian required in any percent. This Sky Temple key will not spawn unless you kill Power Bomb Guardian. It is a weird requirement. Not the first time they've done it in Prime. Prime 1 had the same thing, with actually with power bombs too. But thankfully, it was like both items that you needed were in Phazon Mines, so it wasn't like too far out of the way. With this, you have to do Torvis cleanup basically before Aegon. So that's the first of the two Sky Temple keys in Aegon. Don't really need a save. We have a safety save in case things go wrong. And then this part of the cleanup is pretty fast. That was a good boost. And then we're going to do a pretty similar thing again, except we won't necessarily lose much time here if we... well, I hit the ceiling, so we're already losing time, but... That's okay. And again, having light suit for this section is pretty nice. Like, even for Sanctuary Fortress, just there's no risk at all, really. Yeah, so this is way less of a time waste, and there's Sonic Boom just randomly sitting here. Sonic Boom's pretty awesome. We don't really use it in the run. I think there's some scenarios where it's useful, like casually. Like, I used it for Emperor Ring, for instance, but also faster just boosted this room. The Screw Attack does give you some nice, like, bit of speed, but at the same time, if you can boost, you might as well boost. And here we go, everyone. All hail the last hamburger of the run. Unfortunately, this is the last hamburger left. And it's kind of spoiled, too. It's in this poison water. F's in the chat for the spoiled hamburger. Oh, I bet. It's just, Sunburst is, like, super slow, though. Oh my god, actual F's in the chat. You have all made me proud. I'm so proud of all of you. Let's see. Probably better to just Screw Attack to the other side. So like Chica, we need the Dark Temple keys for Aegon to get to Amorbis, the boss for this area. There might be a way to do it out of bounds, but like it's faster, so it's worth doing. And then the second key is right here. And this was that room that you have to kill like a bunch of warrior-ing, but we can just do it with Annihilator Beam, and it's amazing. So at the same time, there's a Sky Temple key in this room, and if I'm fast enough, I can get it before this auto-scroller part ends. Okay, I'm probably not going to get there in time now. Oh, dang it. Oh, I just barely got it. Nice. So while I was doing this, the Ing were just killing themselves on the two Annihilator Beam beacons. And then it repositions me, and I get this. It's super satisfying. And then... Oh yeah, we don't have Dark Suit, so technically it thinks we're taking damage, but... Just like Various Suit in Prime 1, it's just a damage trigger removal suit thing. It's weird. Petition to make all the sounds and echoes and like rando just sound like the poison gas damage. Poison water damage. I am taking a safety save here. I'm going to do a cool strat on Amorbis that I am pretty much not going to screw up. But if I do, the game soft locks. And there's a convenient save right here. Okay, I think that's it for our... we should have... I think we're good here. I didn't think that missile's going to hit. Nice. So even without Light Suit, this boss fight isn't like too hard. Also, shout out to this upcoming room, Trial Tunnel. This room is so easy to overlook, and it's such an early game location. But this will sometimes have just like crazy good like progression items for rando. We need to come here in 100% anyways, because this is the... Technically, it's the first key you get casually. It's the last one we get in the run. Just the way we route it. Just doing things in reverse kind of it goes faster. Kind of a common theme in Prime speedrunning and Echo speedrunning. Just do it backwards. Nice pause. Those RNG manipulation were good. Alright, so with the other bosses, Light Beam is super useful here. Charged Light Beam shots are going to basically just one-cycle everything going on here. So first, there's like the light phase of these enemies. These are like enemies that go between light and dark phases, like Chica. Light Beam is just enough to take the armor off, and then now it's going to be in its dark phase, and then Charged Light Beam again is going to just take off the helmet. So now here comes the second part. So now it's going to spawn 2 of them, and normally after that it will spawn 3. We're going to make it so it just spawns 2 Amorbis instead of 3 on the next phase. Okay, nice. Again, Charged Light Beam is so good. It does the most neutral damage of all the charged beams in the game. Alright, now we're going to do this. I'm going to shoot this guy. And then hopefully get to him as fast as possible. Nice. So by doing it before that Amorbus gets off, the other Amorbus gets off the ball, now it's only going to spawn... I'm going to say the game gets confused, but that's inaccurate. I'm basically screwing up the calculations in the game so that it only spawns 2 of these Amorbuses. So this time around, I need to be a little careful. I do the same strat as I do last time, where I get them both to do the sucker kind of thing. But I need to wait for this Amorbus to unlatch from the ball. There we go. So if I bomb too soon, I would soft lock on that final phase, and Amorbus is dead. Amorbus is dead. And there's Dark Suit. Just super optimal cleanup, getting Dark Suit now. It's pretty nuts. Like, yeah, it would save a lot of risk if we got it earlier in the run for, like, Sanctuary and Tortoise, but there's too much of a time save to warrant getting Dark Suit first. But, I mean, hey, you know, beginner routes, like, getting Dark Suit first, like, totally makes sense, in my opinion. I do wish more people ran Echo's Hundo. It's a really cool category. So, unlike in Torvis, we do need to pick up the energy here. There's one item that requires that we return the energy. Basically what happens... Also, I turn for no reason. Well, I'll get to it in a bit, because we're going to get to that room soon enough. There's basically another Echo puzzle coming up, but it doesn't... The Echo visor, like, satellite things don't actually spawn until I return the energy to the light world. So, I mean, we do have to kill Amorbus anyways, but, yeah, this just makes it so we don't have to, But, like, we would have to kill Amorbus for that item anyways if we didn't have to get Dark Suit. Alright, so now we're going to this room dueling range, which we skipped earlier before we got Space Jump Boots. And it's basically just cleanup at this point. So we get this item, and then there's, like, 2 more items we get. And that's basically it for Dark Agon, excuse me. Yeah, this is this is Torvis Desert. Every room is just Torvis in some way or another. Torvis Grounds, Torvis Wastes, Sanctuary Bog, Torvis Bog, Torvis Fortress, Torvis 2, Torvis Echoes, Torvis. It's all Torvis on the way down. I'm not sure what the most optimal movement is. I think it's boosting off the bridge. There's a light beacon I don't want to hit, like the little safe zone. It has a trigger for a boss, and I think it locks the doors. I don't exactly remember. Yeah, Dark Missile Trooper and Jump Guardian are pretty funny bosses. Like, it's... Like, you totally cheese them, but it's like the preferred way of killing them. It's pretty great, actually. Yeah, so this safe zone I just passed. If I run into it, bad things happen. Nothing like the game will crash. It's just I lose time, and I don't want to lose time. You know what? Small risk coming up at the very end of this cleanup. We're about to go back to Light Agon. I have never, like, soft locked there or anything. I don't think there's even a soft lock risk. Even if you do go for the fast strat and fail it. I have not done the room enough times to know for certain whether that's actually a possibility. So just to mitigate risk here, I'm just gonna do this now. So normally the way up this half pipe, you have to go to Light World because the ledge is there, right? We can just do this, or just fail the the bomb space jump. Again, abusing the mechanics where we have 21 frames to. We just have enough height there. Yeah, so 21 frames to make the jump in the air, and then we screw attack out of it. It's Echoes. It's awesome. It's sick. Alright, we are good on missile count. We should have 220 at this point, and we have 220. Oh, hold on. There we go. The Powerbomb Hamburgers dies... Or... The Powerbomb Hamburgers die, but the Energized Safe Zone meme lives forever. And hey, we're nearly done. We've got a couple rooms left, some items left. Shouts to y'all in the chat for having a good time. Thank you again for your support. I really appreciate it. Shouts to GDQ coming up. That's going to be an exciting time. It's always a good time. Meeting friends. And most importantly, though, like, it's for Doctors Without Borders. It's an amazing cause. Hope we can break that 3 million mark again and just be awesome. Alright, right here. This missile can suck. But hopefully we're fine. Oh, we did the fast boost and I still got hit. Oh no! I didn't get hit by the bomb. So I'll have to try it again. Yeah, so you can just boost across. You have to like hold a certain angle and then let go of like boost and then let go of R at the same time. It's kind of finicky, but with practice it gets pretty easy. Let's see, where am I going from here? The temple, I think. Oh my... Oh, okay, I thought I was way further in the room than I thought. I was like, that was a sick damage boost. Oh yeah, that's right, we're returning the energy first. Which is good, because we need to go this way anyways. We got a beam combo coming up. It's actually funny, we get Super Missile really early on, but we don't get Sunburst, Sonic Boom, or Dark Burst until like the very end. It just works out that way in the cleanup. Yeah, I got sniped twice, unfortunately. It's okay, we're all God and Goddess gamers today. So again, we have to return the energy. We did it! Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention. In Echoes, you only have to return the Sanctuary energy for the game to give you Light Suit. It only checks for that. So in 80%, you don't even have to... Like, you don't even fight quad at all. You just skip it, get the energy, return it, get Light Suit, win the game, win at life. I mean, there's many right ways to win at life, though. It doesn't necessarily have to be Echoes. So this E-Tank's a little misleading on this one platform coming up, and hopefully I don't go too far or I fall down. Oh my god, that was close. I always misjudge that bomb jump. It's crazy. Alright, another possible troll for Seeker Missiles. And that's another reason why we saved the Aegon cleanup for the end, because there's just so much stuff that requires, like, stuff from Torvus, stuff from Sanctuary. It's pretty nuts. So, like, this requires Seekers, for instance. So, look, even though there's a puzzle here, we can just skip it. We have Screw Attack, we can Bomb Space Jump. It's all good. Let's see here. So that's the easier item to get, and then we can skip this puzzle by doing this. And Screw Attack on top. You don't even need Screw Attack for it. Also, we did collect Dark Burst. For whatever reason, the cutscene doesn't play until you do the puzzle. It's pretty great. And also, a little bittersweet, the last out of bounds of the run. Let's see if I can get this first try. Oh, not quite like that, though, but that's okay. First try, let's go. Alright, so, small amount of risk here. Nothing crazy. This is not too hard of a wall crawl. We just have to transition the room, scan this, and then have the room ideally float around us. Oh, we did. Nice. So that basically just skips having to go all the way back around. It's pretty awesome. And then returning the Aegon energy is what lets this room have this Echo puzzle. There's an E-Tank in here that, I think it's an E-Tank, that we can't otherwise get. Also, I forgot to shoot this guy first. This room will not have this Echo puzzle until you return the energy. So it's an unfortunate restriction, but we worked around it. We still do clean routing enough to get this at the very end. So it all works out, you know? This game's awesome. This category is awesome. Alright, and that should be everything Aegon. We are finally done. Again, even though Aegon cleanup does take a while, there's a lot of cool strats in there that just... It saves a lot of time over the long run. It's great. Split a little early, but that's okay. So we should have 230 missiles, 12 E-tanks, all power bombs, and then only the Sky Temple keys left, which we'll get pretty quick. And we do. Awesome. I'm glad the only thing we missed was, like, still not too far away, that we were able to just quickly backtrack and get it. Oh, nice. I skipped the one platforming I usually do here. Alright, so that one portal that I opened up a long time ago, we're taking care of it now. Right here. Oh, I need Dark Beam. Whoops. My beat. But hey, we're getting close. This cleanup will not take very long. Alright, so first off, we have this missile here. So there's these ink claws here that have that poison gas. If I had Dark Suit, it would constantly be doing that like poison water damage sound effect that just envelops the whole, like both of my headphones here. It just gets annoying. In Rando, if you have certain settings, you might have to get this item, and you need like I think 6 E-tanks with Various Suit. Like you take so much damage from them with Various Suit, and it's actually crazy. In any percent grapple route, to do that skip. There's a skip you do to get to Torvis that requires you to go through an Inkclaw with just Various Suit. And it is a little bit dangerous. Like, I think you have 2 chances to do it with, like, 4 E-tanks, because your health just empties so fast, it's ridiculous. So there's the first Sky Temple key in Temple Grounds, or Sky Temple Grounds. The routing for this seems a little unconventional, but it works out in a nice way. I like it. At any percent, you kind of have to, like, go to Great Temple, go to the area that has the Sky Temple key, go back to Great Temple. Oh, right, the portal's not active. So it's a little annoying for RTA, but it saves a lot of time for in-game time with the elevator travel. And that's another thing I didn't really get into much, is with in-game time, the Prime games, all aside from like Hunters, I think maybe Hunters runs it for in-game time. We run the games for in-game time and not necessarily RTA. There's nothing stopping anyone from running this RTA. There's one runner, BJW, who runs Prime 1 RTA, and he's incredible at the game. He has the inbounds world record. So my PB for this is a 2:27 in-game time. There's more. It doesn't count basically times you're not in control of Samus. So anytime the game is paused. There's a missile here I'm going to get and skip a Warp Ball Bomb puzzle. The positioning's kind of weird, but I can get this. There we go. Sometimes I just got to look where I'm going. Yeah, just space jump, you can get that missile really quick. And then we're going back to Sacred Path, which I think is this way. I hope I'm going the right way. Okay, we are good. So this works out. We have that one last item in Great Temple, and we just get it right now. And then we have one last bit of this where we go back into Great Temple, into Temple Grounds. But then the last cleanup we do is, like, the end. Like, we go straight to the final boss from there. So I think I went on a tangent and then went on another tangent regarding routing. Yeah, so in-game time. Well, I'm going to shoot this with an Annihilator Beam, because usually that'll kill... Well, if I went... I should have Screw Attack, that's okay. So I need to do one more Echo Lock puzzle. I think it's right, middle, left, right. Oh my god, this... Get out of the way! There we go. Finally died to that. Oh my god, dude. Okay, I have to go back up the left way. That was just dumb for me to fall down like that, but that's okay. So it's right, middle, left, right. Oh, did I miss that? Right, middle, left, right, yeah. Oh, nice. That was an accidental dash. Nice. Alright, so unfortunately we had to do that puzzle again. Where's it at? Oh, was it already in here? No, that's the middle one. Oh, it's back here. Sorry about that. Lost my bearings a little bit. Sometimes it's hard to see where you are in Echo Visor. It's just annoying. And there it is, our last beam ammo expansion. We now have 250 beam ammo, which seems like, you know, we have way more than enough. I actually have a pretty good amount of ammo now for the end game, but I'm going to need, like, probably 100 beam ammo, I think, for final bosses. Something around that amount, maybe a little more. Alright, so we're going to get our second Sky Temple key here, and then there's a missile we're going to get on the way back. Oh, you know what? I think I did this. I think I'm supposed to do this second. But that's okay. Doesn't make a huge difference. Alright, so if I'm fast enough, there's an Ing here that named George. I think, depending on how fast we go through the room, so I think now he's going to get in the way. He'll block the way out, which is kind of interesting. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it does happen sometimes. Also, this room we have to put off until we have Light Suit, because there's these thing called Ing Storm, these little red, purple dots, and they just shred your health away to nothing. Alright, I think George is in the way. George, okay, he kind of got in the way, but then he kind of went in a puddle. That one is not George, that is George 2. I've never seen him get in the way like that before. At least I think that's George 2. I may have confused George 1 for George 2. They're both George, let's just... I think we can agree on that. They're both George, they both get in the way, but they will ultimately fail in their task to block us from victory here. So I think I was supposed to do this first and then get the Sky Temple key, but not the biggest deal in the world. Still getting things fast enough. Still going fast. Samus the not hedgehog. I have no jokes today. The one joke is that Metroid I just passed by is the only one you see in any percent for grapple route. Or, sorry, for world record route. Okay. So now, we have a little bit more cleanup left. We have, like, I think 2 more missiles, or 3 more. It's one of the 2. We have 2 more missiles. We have 2 E-tanks, and we have Sunburst. And this is also one of the other reasons why we can't go back to the GFMC compound room early, is because one way is locked by power bombs, the other one's locked by Dark Visor and Seekers. So it doesn't really matter for 100%, but this missile doesn't appear until you beat Jump Guardian. For whatever reason, it's just there. And in the other part of this route, or in the missile dupe route, this would be your 255th missile. But then you'd still have 1 more missile expansion to get, but you're capped at 255, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, second to last E-tank right here. Again, everything's pretty close together, so it works out. And then because we go through the room with Sunburst in it, we don't have to go back into Great Temple. We just go straight to the portal that leads us to the final boss. Well, 1 detour. We have to get the last Sky Temple key, which, based on where it is, it's pretty much always best to get it last. We should have enough power bombs for this. Oh yeah, we are good on power bombs. There was just that one section in like Sanctuary and Torvis where we needed them. Alright, if I'm fast enough, I can do this without having to kill the pirates. There's a bomb space jump I have to do. It's really tight. It's not the most friendly, but I'll go for it anyways. Okay, I failed it, so I have to kill them now. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention it. Annihilator Beam homes in on enemies, too. Alright, hopefully, like, 3rd try. Okay, I had the right camera angle, but not the right, Okay, I'm gonna focus real quick. This skips having to go into Dark World and doing a grapple and secret puzzle. It's not hard, just annoying. So there's collision right here, and then I can just screw attack. And there's Sunburst. Nice. And then this works out too, because now we can just go to the we can go to the Torvusbog side, which has the portal that goes to the gateway to the final level. And then also Blast E-Tank right here. So it's just a nice linear path. We don't have to go out of our way for anything. I think it's still faster to use the cannon instead of screw attack to the other side. And then also this upcoming room right here. So when we left Torvus, I shot that or I guess when I left Torvus, but hey, team effort, right? That light beam block I had to move. This is the reason why I have to move it. Otherwise, I can't go straight in this direction. But that's okay. We are in good shape. We have all the upgrades. We have one more missile to get, which is on the way, and then one more Sky Temple key. So, aside from Power Bomb, and then that one missile, which wasn't that bad of a detour. I'm actually really proud of myself, because sometimes it's hard to keep track. But hey, playing with confidence, it's all good, you know? Alright, so right here. Could have gone this missile earlier, but it's just, you're better off not not getting this now. Because the only reason you have to go this way is when you're going straight to the final boss. There's nothing you have to get here first, and then continue the run. And there we go. That's the message I'm looking for. 100% of all pickups required. Unlike in Prime 1, the Dark Temple keys don't count. So there's 9 Sky Temple keys. And then there's 9 Temple keys for each of the regions. And then there's Energy Transfer Module. So even though there's 119 item locations, we only need 100 to beat the game. And then our last Sky Temple key is right here. So it might look like I could technically jump back up again and screw attack to the other side. And then there we go. Also nice to see. We got all the Sky Temple keys. We didn't miss anything. Very satisfying. So all that's left is the end game, guys. I'm excited. I can't believe it's been 3 hours already. This run has just gone by so quick. Oh, I forgot to do something. It's not the biggest deal. I wanted to shoot some of the crates in here, or in one of the previous rooms with Dark Beam, so I can get a little bit more Light Beam ammo, but I think we'll be okay. If not, I'll do the other strat for the final boss. So Emperor Ing. Emperor Ing has 3 phases. We can optimize all 3 of them. The hardest one to probably optimize, ironically enough, is phases 1 and 2. They're really annoying, and you can lose a lot of time, but you're never in danger. Oh, I missed it. That was so cool, going through the door. It's such a swag strat to do. And normally I'm high enough. I just screwed up the inputs. Well, I could claim that the game ate my input, but it was my fault. I know it was my fault. So 3 phases. If I'm lucky enough, I'll do this right. I need to shoot these tentacles and then shoot Sunburst at the center. Alright, then let's change it on Annihilator. And then Sunburst just did half damage to Emperor Ing 1. Then we shoot Annihilator. Get out of phase 1. That was perfect. Now this is going to be annoying. There's inglets that spawn and will knock you over, and it's like that. It's annoying as absolute hell. They're easy to take out with bombs, but ideally I wanted to take out these 4 tentacles with a power bomb. Not the worst thing in the world when it happens, just again really annoying. And that inglet just came at they always come at the worst possible time. It's so annoying. I don't know if the other one came out. Oh, he did. Cool. Okay, and then 3 more. That should be the last one. Oh, nope, I got 1 left. Where am I going? Oh, there's... Oh, I guess I didn't get this one. Okay, gotta do it again. Just annoying. That wasn't the best phase. Okay, this phase can be the fastest. So there's a hitbox below Emperor Ing that if you hit it with Screw Attack, you just damage Emperor Ing, and that was really fast. That was amazing. Emperor Ing 3 can be super temperamental and just constantly charge into you, attack you. I didn't get to demonstrate it, but he will just yeet you across the room. It's amazing. But you lose a lot of time doing that, so that was an extremely fast fight. Overall, pretty okay Emperor Ing. Second phase wasn't great, but that phase is never great at all, so. And I have plenty of Light Beam for this, so we're good. So Dark Samus 3 and then /4. There's 2 phases to it. One's DS3, one's DS4. I want to shoot 25 single Annihilator shots and then 1 power shot. That's going to get Dark Samus just above the health where it would go into Dark Samus 4 territory. And I don't want to do that yet. Alright, right here. So if I shot 1 more power shot, Dark Samus would go straight to the center and center me, and I would lose time. My goal here is to try to kill Dark Samus with Screw Attack if I can, and skip the Dark Samus 4 phase. I'm a little rusty at this, but I think we'll be okay. There's a possibility that Dark Samus isn't going to work out with me. Okay, hopefully I get time here. Nice, that was the run. I forgot to spell an Emperor Ring, but we're good. I've not done that in a while. I've been like, it's not that I've been rusty, but I've always like mistimed the Screw Attack input. Basically, I have to let Dark Samus do that force field attack. What'll happen is it'll knock me back, but then negate knockback for like a couple of seconds. So then I can safely just Screw Attack while Dark Samus is still like kind of in the animation where she's throwing up the force field. Yo, DS4 skip. I got it in a submission run. That's awesome. So overall, this run was fun. It was about 9 minutes behind my PB currently. My PB, oh my god, I saved so much time apparently in some of these. Well, that might be a little bit inaccurate because I think I golded in some places that weren't that accurate, but oh well. But anyways, if you get centered, unfortunately, it is a matter of luck whether Dark Samus still wants to stay in Dark Samus 3 phase. And then I have to keep firing missiles, which in any percent you don't have that many. And so it's just possible due to factors completely just because of the game's like random number generator that Dark Samus will just quit Dark Samus 3 phase and go into Dark Samus 4. And then what happens is she'll be invincible, she floats up in the air. You can only damage her with like Phazon Beam. It takes a while. So yo, not double R, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, there's that one Ing that like kind of runs in place, and I think it always does that, and it's hilarious. I never noticed it until like a month ago. So normally, like in a PB attempt, you would wait the cutscenes out. In Prime, they're really short, and you only wait like a minute. In Echoes, you have to wait 8 minutes, so I'm not going to go all the way to the end. This is a really cool speedrun. I've been practicing 100% like all year so far. Definitely the past few months, but it's been my primary speed game this year, and I intend to get as good as possible. Get as close to world record as I can for this year. And I have a lot of Prime 1 experience, and a lot of that experience does carry forward. Not everything, obviously, but like the out-of-bounds movement, the way that like collision works sometimes. There are some changes that are different that you have to get accustomed to, but I can by all means make this run faster, and I'm looking forward to it. Like this run hasn't been showcased at a GDQ in 5 years. It would be awesome, I think, to showcase it again. There's some really cool new tech in it. It's a cool speedrun. There's just that boss gauntlet at the beginning, and then the cleanup just has a lot of cool movement. And even though this game has like nerfed movement from Prime 1, like there's still, as you can see, like so much cool stuff. So oh yeah, I definitely have done some L jumps, which you can't do in Echoes, but a bit of muscle memory there. Sometimes I guess I've played Prime for like 3 years, so it never fully goes away. Also, shoutouts to the 100% ending. Proof right here that we got all the items. Shoutouts to Jacket Stormcloud saying "Fluffy Moth Boys." Let's go. Anyway, thank you so much for considering this run. SGDQ is like, I mean, GDQs in general are awesome, but if this run gets in, great. If not, no worries. There's a bunch of other games too. The GDQ games list has been pretty rockin' like the past couple of years, and I think regardless of what runs get in, it'll be satisfying stuff. But again, thank you again for your consideration. I'm Bash Prime. I am the Metroid Prime speed dude. And this was Metroid Prime 2 Echoes 100% for the Nintendo GameCube, NTSC 2020. Anyways, I am out. Have a good rest of your night.